Ready? Play.
Okay. Let's move on to our next encounter, which will be two players that we know quite a bit about. And if you don't know a lot about them, then maybe go and do some homework and come back in 6 months. But Paula Badosa against Naomi Osaka. Can either of you guess their head-to-head, Brenna?
No, I can't, but
We'll guess
let's go 3-2 Osaka.
What do you go?
I was gonna go 3-1 Osaka. Is it like
They have not played? Oh, hang on a second. No, they have.
It's WTA website, so who knows?
Yeah,
I know. I've got this anyway. Naomi Osaka is a 1-0 head-to-head against Paula Badosa.
Okay.
They played once, Osaka winning in 3 sets at the Ningbo Open.
right.
I don't even remember that particular match.
Was that what, last year?
This is AI maybe responding.
I don't know if they've ever played.
Oh dear, now I've got Badosa against Schneider. Of course, that's classic WTA stuff. Let's look for Osaka. They might not have played.
No, they've never played.
Wow, that's wild.
That's
wild for two players as established as that. I mean, I'm not sure what Naomi's age is. Maybe she's 28. Is she?
She is
27. And Paula Badosa is, I'm going to say 26, but
she's 27 as well.
27. So two 27-year-olds who've been in the, going deep at many tournaments. It's kind of crazy that they've never played each other. But here we are. They have not ever played each other, and they're going to play each other for the first time in round 1 at the French Open. Now, of course, Badosa, when did she sort of last? I mean, she's playing, obviously, today in Strasbourg, but when did she last play seriously? Maybe Indian Wells, or did she play Miami?
Naomi Osaka?
Sorry, Badosa, my bad.
Oh, Badosa, yeah. It's been quite a while, I think.
She withdrew from Indian Wells. It looks like maybe even before the tournament got underway.
It was Miami. She played in Boca, I remember.
So she skipped Indian Wells and played Miami. Okay.
Um,
Then she withdrew from her match against Diana. Of course she did, yeah.
yeah.
And then I remember seeing pictures of her threatening a comeback from Madrid, that she was practicing there in Madrid and targeting that match, obviously being in her homeland. Then she didn't make that. She didn't make Rome either. And here we are. So she's coming up against, of course, Naomi Osaka, who has been playing a lot of tennis of late, winning a 1-2-5 in France recently, her first tournament on clay. We all remember, of course, Naomi's run last year in terms of that match, that unbelievable match against Iga Swiatek. Many people was the match of the year when she had match points, or at least one match point, and also served for it.
I
She
think
had 3 match points, did she? Okay.
I think she did.
Okay. Anyway, she had at least 1 or maybe 2 or 3.
One.
I thought it was 1, but either way.
I might be thinking of something else. Sorry.
And it might even have been on Iga's serve, that one, because I think when she served.
Yes. Oh no. It was the one on Iga's serve, and then Iga held, and then Osaka couldn't serve it out. Yeah.
Right.
I think
double faulted for the break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or something like that. Yeah.
But Fergus, where are we at for this match?
I think because of how much Badosa just hasn't been on court recently. Obviously, she's playing against Strasbourg this week, but hasn't been on court recently. You know, match fitness might not all be there, and you know, Osaka's, I feel like, is going to make this physical. You know, she's going to make this as physical as possible, and I feel like Osaka's kind of got this one, just has the edge. Kind of, you know, this is a big match in terms of both of their seasons, right? I mean, they've both had pretty steady seasons so far, taking away injuries. But yeah, I'm gonna say Osaka in 3. Probably she's kind of refinding that fighting spirit that she had. And yeah, she's had some tough losses this season, but yeah, I feel like this is maybe one that she comes through. These two are actually born a day apart on the same year.
Wow.
Yeah, 15th and 16th of November, 1997.
Okay, how about that? Well, November birthdays it is, but which one will we celebrate? I'm going to go with Naomi. She's great. Badosa's just not played enough to give me any other suggestion. And Naomi is playing, and she can get good results. She has some good results in Rome. She obviously won that 1-2-5 as well. So it's not quite a winning streak, but it's a good, healthy run of wins on the clay. What do you think, Brenna?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I just don't really have enough of a body of work at this point, and Osaka has at least checked some boxes for me thus far. So I guess my true thought is like, okay, I'm gonna watch this Badosa match and, you know, see how she's moving and kind of just get a feel for where she's at. But yeah, I mean, right now, all things considered, you have to at least give the edge to Osaka because of, you know, her form and health.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Okay. Let's move on to our next encounter, which will be 2 players that we know quite a bit about. And if you don't know a lot about them, then maybe go and do some homework and come back in 6 months. But Paula Badosa against Naomi Osaka. Can either of you guess their head-to-head, Brenna?
No, I can't, but
We'll guess
let's go 3-2 Osaka.
What do you go?
I was gonna go 3-1 Osaka. Is it like
They have not played. Oh, hang on a second. No, they have.
It's WTA website, so who knows?
Yeah,
I know. I've got this anyway. Naomi Osaka has a 1-0 head-to-head against Paula Badosa.
Okay.
They played once, Osaka winning in 3 sets at the Ningbo Open.
right.
I don't even remember that particular match.
Was that what, last year?
This is AI maybe responding.
I don't know if they've ever played.
Oh dear. Now I've got Badosa against Schneider. Of course, that's classic WTA stuff. Let's look for Osaka. They might not have played.
No, they've never played.
Wow, that's wild.
That is
That's
wild.
wild for two players as established as that. I mean, I'm not sure what Naomi's age is. Maybe she's 28, is she?
She is
27. And Paula Badosa is, I'm going to say 26, but
she's 27 as well.
27. So two 27-year-olds who've been in the, going deep at many, 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 many tournaments. It's kind of crazy that they've never played each other. But here we are. They have not ever played each other, and they're going to play each other for the first time in round one at the French Open. Now, of course, Badosa, when did she sort of last? I mean, she's playing, obviously, today in Strasbourg, but when did she last play seriously? Maybe Indian Wells, or did she play Miami?
Naomi Osaka?
Sorry,
Is that
Badosa,
right?
Badosa. My bad.
Oh, but also, yeah. Yeah, it's been quite a while, I think.
She withdrew from Indian Wells. It looks like maybe even before the tournament got
She
underway.
played it was Miami. She played in Boca, I remember.
So she skipped Indian Wells and played Miami. Okay.
Um,
Then she withdrew from her match against
Yes,
Diallo. Of
yes.
course she did. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I remember seeing pictures of her threatening a comeback from Madrid, that she was practicing there in Madrid and targeting that match, obviously being in her homeland. Then she didn't make that. She didn't make Rome either. And here we are. So she's coming up against, of course, Naomi Osaka, who has been playing a lot of tennis of late, winning a 1-2-5 in France recently, her first tournament on clay. We all remember, of course, Naomi's run last year in terms of that match, that unbelievable match against Iga Swiatek. Many people was the match of the year when she had match points, or at least one match point, and also
3.
served for it.
I
She had
think
3 match points, did she? Okay.
I think she did.
Okay. Anyway, she had at least 1 or maybe 2 or 3.
One.
I thought it was 1, but
It's
either
just
way,
one.
I might be thinking of something else. Sorry.
and it might even have been on Iga's serve, that one, because I think when she served.
Yes. Oh no. It was the one on Iga's serve, and then Iga held, and then Osaka couldn't set it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Double faulted for the break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love 40
Or something like that. Yeah.
But Fergus, where are we at for this match?
I think because of how much Badosa just hasn't been on court recently. Obviously, she's playing in Strasbourg this week, but hasn't been on court recently. Match fitness might not all be there, and Osaka's, I feel like, is going to make this physical. She's going to make this as physical as possible, and I feel like Osaka's kind of got this one, just has the edge. Kind of, this is a big match in terms of both of their seasons, right? I mean, they've both had pretty steady seasons so far, taking away injuries. But yeah, I'm gonna say Osaka in 3. Probably, she's kind of refinding that fighting spirit that she had. And yeah, she's had some tough losses this season, but I feel like this is maybe one that she comes through. These two are actually born a day apart on the same year.
Wow.
Yeah, 15th and 16th of November, 1997.
Okay, how about that? Well, November birthdays it is, but which one will we celebrate? I'm going to go with Naomi. She's great. Badosa's just not played enough to give me any other suggestion. And Naomi is playing, and she can get good results. She has some good results in Rome. She obviously won that 1-2-5 as well. So it's not quite a winning streak, but it's a good, healthy run of wins on the clay. What do you think, Berna?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I just don't really have enough of a body of work at this point, and Osaka has at least checked some boxes for me thus far. So I guess my true thought is like, okay, I'm gonna watch this Badosa match and see how she's moving and kind of just get a feel for where she's at. But yeah, I mean, right now, all things considered, you have to at least give the edge to Osaka because of her form and health.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Victory, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready. Play.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Talking Tennis. And it is Paula Badosa against, Naomi Osaka, who is on court at the moment. I will be joined by John shortly, but he is wrapping up with Eddie on our Raducanu versus Wong stream. Emma Raducanu has just come through against Wong Jinyu, and we're on the first point of this Badosa Osaka match, and so far it's living up to expectations. Some great rallying, but Osaka's just gone long, and it is the first point to Badosa on the Osaka serve. Osaka is serving first in this match. It is love 15 on her serve. If you're on live chat, let us know if you're here, who you are. Throw some questions. It's always fun to answer your tennis questions and see your thoughts about what's happening in Roland Garros so far. But yeah, love 15 on the Osaka serve. And I will probably talk you through the points in case you aren't watching. But as we're into another decent rally, I set up forehand to the backhand slice of Badosa, backhand up the line from Osaka. Badosa's there, easily short ball to the Osaka backhand, which is put away for a winner at the line, and it's 15-all. So yeah, I'll probably just talk through the points, assuming that you aren't able to watch. But so let us know. Are you watching with us in the background, or are you needing us to keep you as updated as we possibly can? Interesting hairdo for Osaka at the moment. It's kind of, her hair is kind of almost Mickey Mouse ears and covered with like these pink bows and flowers, which is kind of sweet. Badosa looking very much more tennis professional, hair tied back, black visor, white dress. Osaka wearing a sort of like candy floss pink dress almost, or sort of whitish pink, white rose maybe. First serve is way long from Osaka. And, well, to be honest, going into this match, I was kind of pessimistic because I thought Badosa's injury might mess with it. But so far, Badosa's absolutely going for it. And that means that, this could be the classic that everyone was hoping for when this draw got made. And they're doing a backhand-to-backhand rally at the moment. Badosa's changing direction. Great forehand cross-court from Osaka. It's too good. Forces the error from Badosa. And that is 40-15. So yeah, not too bad at all. Obviously, if you are curious, obviously, Raducanu has literally just won. She's beaten Wong Jinyu. And John's here to tell us all about it because he's just been wrapping all that up with Eddie.
Yeah, I have indeed. Yeah, I know I've shared. I actually intentionally shared the Raducanu score on the screen. I knew that obviously you're obviously doing Badosa against Osaka, but I just thought I'll throw something on the screen quickly, and I knew what I was doing. Although, what have I missed so far in Osaka and Badosa? I think Osaka's got a game point, right?
Yeah, 40-30. She's missed the first one with a forehand cross court, so new game point coming up. Hey, Dave, nice to see you.
Yeah, we're just getting the US audience just creeping out of their beds, I think, depending on which coast they are on. For Vanch, by the way, it'll be 5 a.m. I was listening to him last night say, it depends on if I'll be up in time. And I'm thinking, yeah, the first matches for him would be, I think, about 2 in the 11 a.m. matches in Paris, and therefore 10 a.m. for you.
Oh, yeah.
2 a.m. for him.
Yeah, it's not ideal, let's be honest. It's very similar to how I feel like the Australian Open, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is.
Osaka's closed it out. Nerlan, I didn't know you were here, but it's nice to know that you are.
Haven't seen Nerlan much during the French Open.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's only 24 hours old, but we did 2 women's matches. We did 10 or 15 minutes of Ialo. I just zoomed in for the last 4 or 5 games, or last 3 or 4 games. But then we also, of course, did Danilovic against Leila Fernandez. That was it was a bit of a rough watch at times from Leila's perspective. I felt
that one.
Yeah. I thought Danilovic would prevail, but I didn't expect it to be as comfortable as that.
No, I thought we were in for a 3-setter on that one, but definitely not the case. I think I think the one that we should have been watching was Blinkovic. That was an epic.
Yeah, right. There's a few matches actually that became epics that I either didn't expect and then tuned in for. But one of those was Paulini. She went down a break. I did put the tweet out there, which I think you very nicely liked. About basically, it just felt like as soon as she went down that break, she went into sort of I'm not losing mode. Not in terms of defensive tennis, just playing the best tennis she'd played all match, which had been a bit scratchy until then. Yeah.
I think she just didn't turn it back on until the deciding set. I think she backed off a bit and let Yuan in. But no, Yuan was also just seeing the ball like a balloon at points, particularly towards the end of the second set, beginning of the third, and was really going for it. And when she went up a break in that third set, I was like, okay, this is upset alert. This is Paulini potentially making waves and going out, but Paulini got it together. And I was impressed by the way that she did. So yeah, really good from her to do that.
So Osaka does indeed get the hold for 1-love. I think we're pretty much all leaning Naomi in this encounter, partly because Paula just hasn't played enough tennis in the last few months, and partly because we have a little bit more faith, I think, in Naomi's clay court prowess. Right? Are you? Are you leaning Naomi in this encounter?
I am leaning Naomi, but mostly because of Badosa's fitness situation.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think otherwise it's a relatively even match. I certainly think that whoever the winner is going to be Mira Andreeva's biggest threat to not making the semi-finals, and they could be playing in the 4th round.
Okay. Yeah, for Badosa, she sort of I mean, the more she plays and the more wins she gets, the more rhythm she'll get, and therefore you'd have a bit more faith in her. I just think that probably today is she's particularly vulnerable.
Well, there we go. And there's reason to doubt that as Osaka's been just throwing this massive onslaught of forehands at her, ending with a wonderful cross-court winner. And what's impressive is that this version of Osaka can get things going on any surface. That was an excellent one already. She's potentially 2 points away from an early break.
We've just got the boost of some of the people that were watching Emma Raducanu win her match in 3 sets. Just come over, so welcome, and do hit that like button.
Yeah,
my stream is at 30 all, by the way. In fact, it's the next point has just happened. So
it was a quick point from Badosa.
Yeah.
43.
Okay, so we are the same.
More or less, I'd say. I'm just looking to see what else is happening or has happened today.
Sure.
And obviously, I've been following some of it, but I've been coming in and out of Raducanu and Wong, and then also watching Swiatek coming through against Shramkova.
Yes, she had a little bump in that second set, didn't she?
I think Shramkova just had a purple patch and just absolutely went for it. And she was throwing huge forehands. Badosa closed out the game for 1-all. Huge forehands. And she also was using the drop shot quite effectively. And then it became a bit more panicked because Iga wasn't panicking. She wasn't backing down. She was still playing her own game. And Shramkova just seemed to let the pressure of being the front runner against Iga kind of crumble her a little bit. And she was just trying too hard. And Iga just kept an even keel. Broke to love to break back, and then just kept on working as she does. It was a very sort of standard Roland Garros win for her.
Yeah, I guess so. In the end, certainly the scoreline suggests that in terms of 3-3. I was just sharing some of the scores on the screen. I've just switched to an Emma Raducanu one, but here's some of the men's scores as well. I see Kecmanovic has won the 3rd set over the Latin American clay court king, Sebastian Baez. Good win for Korda, I would suggest, to beat the Marrakesh champion in 4 sets.
Damien was... why did I call him Damien then? Damien was pretty certain that Darderi was going to win that match. Definitely win for Korda.
I can understand that.
Darderi was in.
Comfortable win for Casper Ruud, and he's already taken to Twitter to joke about him doing a spectacular fall. He said something about let's dance, he said. So that's funny. Casper does enjoy Twitter, actually. Pretty much
now.
Which is great. Right. Maybe not always. By the way, I guess another standout result is Emma Navarro going out, winning just 1 game.
Yeah, so I think I said this on a stream, Michael WTA Weekly. I thought Navarro was going to lose that match. I did not expect her to only win 1 game in that match. Berzaj Monero is a player who likes to be the underdog and take out the top players, and Navarro's not been in great form, but she clearly did not play that well in that match from what I can hear. So certainly Fergus very pointed out it was a double fault on match point from Navarro to finish it. So that probably was exemplified of what the match was.
The 1 game she got was a break. So Bouzas was serving for a double bagel. I don't know where her focus was at that point, but either way, she was broken. And then, Navarro got broken herself. Are you ready to spread some love for Maya Joint? if you haven't done enough already.
I've been waiting to answer this question from Nerlan, actually, because it's a really good question. My joint. I think what impresses me is her versatility. She has pretty much every shot that you could want. Like, she's very patient, which works very well on clay, but she can deploy weapons as and when she needs it. And I think the fact that she's so adaptable means that she can compete really, really well. So I'm very optimistic about her prospect. I liked what I saw in Australia, kind of the Australian hardcourt swing. And I think there's a reason why she's now the second highest ranked teenager on the WTA. And that's going to continue. Great find up the line winner from Osaka, by the way, to move to 40-30.
Yes. Pretty out there outfit from Naomi. She often does go for it on the outfits almost as much as she does on her shots.
I think that's kind of expected, right? She's kind of Serena's heir in that respect. Ace to close the game out.
Yeah. Raducanu, Iga Swiatek.
I mean, tough one for Emma. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, 4-time champion. Yeah, it's a free hit. I hope for Emma that there's a couple, or at least one match, I think maybe in Australia this year when she barely laid a glove on Iga. You know, if I'm not saying that you would ever take this result, but if it ends up being 4-3, 4-4, or she gets to a tiebreak or even wins a set, any of those, I think it would not round off her clay court season in a good way, but it would go, you know what? We could look at the last 4 or 5 weeks for Emma and go, that was, without a shadow of a doubt, her best clay court season.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, she did push her on clay a bit in Stuttgart, didn't she, last year?
Yeah, very different clay.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember that she played Emma, I think she played Iga in 22 and 24. She's played Iga twice at Stuttgart, and both times they were relatively close sets. So yeah, I'm optimistic that Emma can, get some good points against Iga. I just think that if she's physically struggling, Iga's a nightmare to play in this certain circumstance. And also, I think Iga's level is a lot more consistent, even this version of Iga. And I think Emma's is a lot more up and down. So I think that she'll try and make it as good a fight as she can. But and I don't think she's going to get steamrolled. But I do think Iga is it's going to take a lot to take Iga down. Ooh, but Osaka puts a backhand into the net.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to volley it with a double hander, like swing volley at the net. Yeah. And that would have been a winner if she'd got it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with everything you said. I will just add this, that she had 1 or 2 physical issues again today, Emma, albeit I don't think it was the back, which I know had troubled her in Strasbourg last week in her loss to Daniel Collins. She's a little bit unfortunate with the draw, obviously playing the 4-time champion in the second round. Otherwise, she could have maybe even gone another round or 2 further. But I think, like you, I do see it probably ending in a straight sets. Loss for Emma and Iga, of course, maybe breathing a sigh of relief after Marta Kostyuk's loss yesterday.
Yes, I think that's certainly made her path to the 4th round like a lot less treacherous, because it's now, Balek against someone. I can't remember who the second round match would be. And I don't think it's set yet. I think that's going to help her feel more confident going into the second week and, try and keep going deep in these tournaments. Certainly, I think the target needs to be do better than Rome. And that's going to give us some optimism for that and get some momentum going, because she's going to need it for whoever she plays in the 4th round, but particularly if it's Rybakina or Ostapenko.
Indeed, yeah.
There we go.
Just looking comfortable here. Yeah.
2-2.
2-2.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm just updating a couple of things. Yeah.
Badosa's last 2 years since she pulled out of Roland Garros in 23. Who's that winning? Gaston winning? Is that?
Yeah, Gaston's just won.
Gaston in a 5-setter. He's just won.
Yeah, he's come from 2-1 down to win that match against Blanchet.
Yeah.
And we've got another 5-setter going, just going on with as Cazot's taken Tabio to 5. He's won the 4th set 6-1.
Well, Nerlan, you're asking good questions today because I think I saw Nick tweeting about Baylor yesterday as well.
Yes, I did. And then, so basically, I caught up with Last Ball Drops last night, and that was. I think Damien and I saw it differently, so for me, Bayek is an interesting one.
I heard Vanch understanding your viewpoint. I think.
Yeah, I think in terms of raw power, Bayek demonstrated more to me than she has previously. Where she has been more of a counter puncher, but I think she's grown into herself a little bit more as a 19-year-old. And certainly watching her, she was absolutely going for lines and angles and playing so aggressively. I think one of the reasons why Kostyuk was struggling so much is she was getting this absolute onslaught throwing at her. Balick was not backing off, and I think I do think that she could cause Iga some problems. If she kind of maintains it, I certainly see her taking a set off Iga if she plays lights out tennis. And I think she's got the capability to do that, especially being a lefty. But I also think that she might struggle to kind of hold that mentality were that third round match to happen. And maybe let the nerves get to her, and Iga's not a player you want to let the nerves get to you against. So who knows? Maybe Bayek's got a champion's mindset and she'll come through it. But I agree with Nerlan. I think that she has the capability of irritating Iga Swiatek should they get to round 3. And I do think that her ability to hit through the court, much like Paolini's, is underappreciated.
Okay, cool. Let's just have a listen to Eddie for a second.
Is Eddie still going?
No, I've just listened to something that the problem is I can only mute StreamYard, which means I mute you as well, and then I can't hear Eddie either. So no, he's finished. He's finished. It's just doing something. The end of the Vaticano.
Great point. Badosa's got a break point against Osaka.
Oh yeah.
Go. First serve is long from Osaka, so Badosa's going to be very happy to get a second serve. Here we go. Delivered. Backhand cross court from Badosa to the backhand up the line from Osaka. Well saved. That's a great winner.
That's really nice. Yeah, that backhand. That's Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, that's definitely Naomi Osaka all over. Also, Dave, yes, Taylor Townsend. I was very happy that she got that lucky loser spot. I know she was like top favourite for it. It was a tough one because she lost to Saville in qualifying, but maybe dodged a bullet because Saville ended up against Keys. So yeah, Townsend is playing today, and I hope that she's doing well. I hope she does well today because so yeah, she's playing Cocciaretto. So that match could go either way. Maybe Cocciaretto is a slight favourite, but I think I'm always up here to see if Taylor Townsend can do something. As Osaka saves another break point with an unreturnable serve.
Two break points, yeah, saved already from Naomi.
So yeah, big point here. Great first step. Even better return from Badosa, and then the follow from Osaka is a great dig up the line, almost around the net to advantage Osaka. That was 3 brilliant shots, all in 1 point, back to back. Oh, over the high part of the net. Perfect delivery. Up and over from Osaka.
Scoreboard just catching up. Yeah, be a good game for Naomi to get out of, that's for sure.
Seals it with an inside-out forehand winner, and they're going to change it to 3-2.
Yeah.
Sadly, one of my other favourites, Deanne Parry, has just lost. She's been crushed by Robin Montgomery, 6-2, 6-1.
Yeah.
But, oh well. Samsonova's just come back from a breakdown to get the first set from Maya Sharif, 7-6.
Okay, so they're one set all, are they? Did you say?
No, 1 set to love Samsonova.
Okay. I now would expect her to kick on from that and then probably emerge in straight sets.
Yeah, me too. Echeverry's got the break back against Tsitsipas.
Okay, they've got underway, have they? Didn't even know that.
Yeah, 4 games all in the first. Tsitsipas was 4-2 up at one point.
Okay. I can see why people have Stefanos on upset alert because Echeverry is... Really? Okay, yeah. I have ultimately gone for Stefanos, though, to prevail. I made that call before Echeverry lost in Hamburg.
Yeah, I would say that for me, I haven't picked a winner. I think it's 50-50.
I've made my bet. I'm lying in it.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's face it. I think if I think if you made me pick a winner, I would also lean Steph on the whole. Yeah. But I think it's going 5. By the way, speaking of 5, it's 5 games on the first set between Fritz and Altmaier. So Fritz holding his own against the German clay courter. Yeah,
it's interesting way you worded that. Because I think many would be saying Altmaier's holding his own, but yes. Ooh, that's a smash that you will not want to watch on replay if you're a Paula Badosa fan.
Definitely not. No, that was right there for her.
Stretch, but very close to the net. So,
yeah. John, do you know the answer to Dave's question? Have we seen Apostolos?
Stefanos is definitely right for an upset. No, I don't know because I haven't got that match on and haven't watched a point. He may well be because he's been sort of more prominent, I think, in recent months. Again, I'm not even sure. Every time I ask this question, I look it up. I think there's a Greek, maybe Davis Cup captain or something like that, who has been on Stefanos' team for about the last maybe 6 to 12 months.
Great rally going on here between. Oh, there's a great rally between those two players. Really strong hitting from both. And Badosa just finds the perfect spot to hit the ball, which kicks up past Osaka on the forehand. Wonderful winner from Badosa there, 15-all. This match is definitely living up to the hype.
Yeah, because that was a big point as well. You go love 30 down, especially on top of that smash that she missed in the first point.
Here we go. Also, Danielle Collins and Jodie Burrage have got underway, by the way. So if Ghosty shows up, he'll probably be expecting Collins updates.
I have just written in the WhatsApp group to see if anyone wants to join because I've got to leave in about 6 or 7 minutes.
That's fine. I can cover it if we need to.
We'll see. I'll write in the live chat if I've got somebody lot en route.
Yeah.
But also not looking very happy there.
No, well, of course not. She's 15-30 down. That's all right. I've got Dave and Nerland to keep me company. Well, if we need it, and anyone else who wants to throw some questions in, I know there's a few more people watching. Great inside out forehand from Badosa, another winner when she needed it.
Yeah, I think Dave has just done some Googling. No, I'm more than happy for you to submit some pre-recorded material and then we'll see what we can do with it. But live, I think, is way too risky.
Live takes some, live is definitely requires some practice. I remember watching back my first stream and thinking, "Good grief, I'm awful." But that was also.
But you know what? I'm not necessarily his biggest fan these days, but there's some clips of Gary Neville when he started doing Sky in 2011, and it's just not good. And yet, of course, after a few years, you get pretty smooth at it. Break point here for Naomi Osaka.
Big point. After having opportunities to break in the previous game, Badosa's now under threat of being broken herself, and she's going to have to defend a second serve here. abort the ball toss. She's really tight. Backhand on the attack from Osaka cross court. Backhand cross court from Badosa. They're trading cross court inside out forehand now. Backhand onto the net for Osaka, trying to get the line.
Yeah.
This is really nip and tuck, this match.
Badosa wasn't giving her much pace to go with there. Now, I know Naomi's more than capable of generating her own pace, but if we remember that backhand winner that she hit to, I think, save a break point, there was also some pace on that ball, whereas that previous one, she had to generate everything herself and ends up dumping it into the net.
Yeah, that's hopefully she doesn't have too many nightmares about that. Badosa finds the first serve to get her to advantage. That she's going to be pretty relieved about that because her serving into the ad court's been a lot better this game. Lot better. Okay. Oh, just missed the serve up the tee though.
We had a whopping 26 or 27,000 views on the Nadal tribute yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. I did a live watch along for it. I was, very keen to watch it, but I wasn't particularly pumped to do a watch along. But I'm glad we did. I think we added about 100 subscribers.
We must have. I reckon we probably caught some people who wanted to talk about it afterwards, maybe.
Well, also there was a thing in the US. I think depending on which channel you were watching it on, they weren't showing it from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe TNT is one of the providers, and I think Tennis Channel may be another. But Tennis Channel didn't have it on at all, and I think TNT joined halfway through because lots of people in the live chat were complaining about that. Yeah,
TNT did a similar thing in the UK. I missed most of it, to be honest. Everything I tried to watch on just didn't work, so I missed a lot of the kind of the main moments of it. But yeah, TNT I think now is the main stream in the US on HBO Max. And everyone's just getting used to it, unfortunately. But yeah, a bit glitchy.
But also help, by the way, for those of you who are new to the channel, if occasionally we digress, and in fact we more than occasionally do, it often means there's nothing crazy happening, and of course we generally have the score shed on the screen as well. But but I think everyone pretty much universal, Rafa even himself, in agreement that. It was significantly better than Malaga. I think there were some things they got wrong in Malaga and they should have foreseen. However, there is the more difficult situation in Malaga of having very little prep time and Rafa playing, and it's a team event. So it's a little bit more tricky to negotiate because you don't know if Rafa's going to be playing in that team event. You don't know if he's going to win, lose. You don't know if Spain are going to prevail. They were a bit naive to just assume or bank on them, I think, beating the Netherlands. But it also made it tricky, I think, as well, in terms of the appearances of Novak and Roger and Andy, whereas Paris had 8 months to prepare, if you like. And
yeah, a bit like with I think the Murray retirement at Wimbledon kind of got the balance right because they just decided to do that doubles match, win or lose. And then kind of...
If they'd won the doubles match, he would have got the ceremony of the tribute at Wimbledon. And if they'd gone through, then he wouldn't have had another ceremony, I guess, right?
Exactly, yeah. They would just go, "No, you've had it," and Murray probably would have preferred that. In some ways, it's kind of out the way, win or lose, and I
think as a fan, I would prefer it after a loss, but when the run is over, personally, but.
Yeah, okay, right. It's one of the things we never knew because they lost the doubles match and then Murray didn't play the mixed. So.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Because he was due to play the mixed as well.
With Emma, yeah.
Controversially, Emma then pulled out. 30-all, Osaka serves an ace to get to 40-30. But yeah, these games are close. We're going to 30-all pretty much every game. I think there's only one game that didn't happen with Badosa serving it down to love. Otherwise, yeah, we've had a lot of 30-all games. Also, result, Altmaier has taken the first set against Fritz 7-5.
There you go. Now, that's another one that was very difficult to call because Fritz is out of form and Clay and all the rest of it.
Oh, I don't know if you've seen on the live rankings, by the way, but if things go their way, Jack Draper's potentially going up to number 4 after Roland Garros.
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't think it would take a huge sort of sway, would it? Especially if Taylor
No, it wouldn't. I think now they've taken off Fritz and Draper, I think Draper's now got a 200-point buffer live.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, Draper looking very good unless someone goes on a crazy run in the men's side to be the 4th seed at Wimbledon.
There you go. 4th seed Wimbledon. Oh, yeah, big.
Yeah, that would be a huge deal for the Brits. I know James and Fergus will be overjoyed were that to happen. By the way, is Deuce now advantage Osaka? These games are really ramping up, and they're really hitting through this clay court. Really impressed with their ability to do that. Obviously, it just gives us some nice sort of big hitting rallies to enjoy. I know Badosa's not necessarily the biggest hitter ever, but she's got some power to her, as I think most tennis players actually do. And often the TV's very says, "Oh, that is a gorgeous up the line backhand winner for Naomi Osaka to close that game out. Almost kissed the line." And there you go. We're changing ends at 4-3. Got a bit excited there. But yeah, this is definitely doing that. Dave, you've got for Draper to win RG. Definitely heart over head there, mate. I think it would take quite some effort to not have Sinner or Alcaraz winning it. I think they both have to underperform against someone midway through the tournament. But Wimbledon, you might have more of a shout there. But I agree with you on the Coco pick. She's also my pick for the title in the women's draw, as I said on WTA Weekly. And reminder, I think this match is probably going to decide who is going to be the biggest threat to Andreeva in the tournament. I'm just checking on Carlos Alcaraz, by the way. He has come through in straight sets, really straightforwardly, 3-4 and 2 against Seppieri, and he will set up another match with Fabian Marozsan. Cue all the unnecessary hype. Not sure if John's just left and has left us with a wonderful view of his apartment. But yeah, we've got Paula Badosa coming forward to serve at 3-4. Bit of a pressure game here because he gets broken. Osaka's serving for it. That's pretty obvious. And we've got another result, score to bring you. Stefanos Tsitsipas is now set up 7-5 against Thomas Echeverry, and that match is certainly proving to be the contest that I expected it to be. Great backhand from Badosa up the line. Osaka's there with the forehand cross court, so heavy, and it's love 15. Lots of stuff going on around. Rune is already up an early break immediately against Roberto Bautista Agut. What's going on in the women's? Samsonova seems to be motoring now in the second set, having gone up a set against Maya Sharif. And Carlos and Burridge currently going with serve.
I have to love you and leave you, Nick. Take care.
I thought you'd already left. So, see you, John. So, yeah, John is now gone. So it's just us, you, me, Dave, and Nerlan, and obviously everyone else who is watching. So all 22 of you, which is great to see. Obviously, I can't see Accurate X viewers, but you are also all welcome. We're into another rally here. Short forehand to the forehand of Badosa, and then Osaka goes long, so it's love. It's 30-15. That's gonna, it's 15 all even. That's gonna help her out a lot. Dave, yeah, I agree with you that Nishikori might have been a bit tougher for Alcaraz if he was healthy, but I can't remember the last time it was a healthy Nishikori. Jane, hello, lovely to see you lurking in the chat as always. It always make me happy seeing you, Jane, because. you're always one of the first ones to find us, and it's always a good fun having you around. It takes me back to my early days on TT. Waiting for John to leave. I mean, so was I. Nah. All hail our glorious leader. He's great. Unreturnable serve from Badosa, really awkward from the Osaka on the backhand, and it's 30-15. So yeah, just show the questions at me, or let me know. Let me know what you think. With on things, maybe I'll get a friend, or maybe it'll just be me. But I will probably fill the time by describing what's going on. It's 40-15 now, and I will also be bringing you as many live updates as possible. But it's nice to have a conversation sometimes. So throw things my way if you wish. 40-15, second serve Badosa goes out wide, and the return from Osaka clips the baseline. No, it just missed. I thought it clipped the baseline. The camera angle was deceptive. And it's game Badosa 4-all. Loving this match so far. It's definitely living up to the hype. Glad I picked this. It was when John and I were talking about which match we were going to do. It was between this and Echeverry Tsitsipas. And I went for this partly because I think Osaka's probably got a few more fans than Tsitsipas and Badosa. If you're a Tsitsipas fan, sorry, you just got to choose. Backhand into the net from Osaka on that first point, not ideal. And then, but I kind of went for this, partly because I knew I wanted to watch the Świątek match, and this was directly after, whereas there was a possibility that the Steph match would start during the end of the Iga match, which it kind of did. Unreturnable stuff from Osaka to make it 15-all. Yeah, Dave, I know you want to talk about Nishikori. Yeah, I know he did play a good match, didn't he? Against Tien, and the trouble is with Nishikori is he gets injured after he plays a tournament at the moment, and I think his age is really showing. He's definitely no Novak, who seems indestructible. 30-15, by the way, great forehand winner from Osaka up the line. Yeah, enough said on this comment, Dave. I would agree. I do think that Tsitsipas probably is not the flavour of the month with a lot of tennis fans at the moment. And great update from Jane on, Kecmanovic, Baez and Tabio all in 5-setters. Tabio's playing against Kazot, 3-all in that final set. Kecmanovic has taken Baez to a fifth. He's come from 2 sets to love down. Baez won the first 2 sets on tie breaks. It's 1 game all. I would suggest, based on that score, that Kecmanovic might be the favourite for that. But let's see. It's certainly going to be dramatic. But yeah, those are the 5-setters happening. Great forehand cross-court from Badosa there to take us to 40-30 on the Osaka serve. And Osaka's wild with that first serve. Absolutely wild. Delivers a second serve. Backhand cross-court from Badosa's going to catch Osaka out, and it's gone. Oh, it's gone into the net, and it's deuce. Osaka's now at deuce in this game. 4-all deuce. It's starting to get super tight now in this match. I mean, it was kind of pretty close already, but we're now in a situation where, you don't get much closer than this. Not much else otherwise to bring you. So let's look at this match. Ace for Osaka. Advantage to the Japanese player. Great match here. Osaka, advantage. Again, if you're watching this with the match in the having us whilst the match is on, I'm bringing commentary. I appreciate I'm describing stuff you've already seen, but for a lot of people, they can't watch the match, so I'm going to keep commentating as if you can't see it. And I kind of talk through stuff anyway. Great point from Osaka. Forcing there from Badosa. The ball just drops wide, and we are changing ends at 5-4. Badosa's going to be coming out to serve to stay in the set. Yeah, great to have Dave and Jane and Nerlan and so many of you in the chat. Yeah, agree, Dave. That was a nice hold. Much needed hold by Osaka. This whole match is tight. So let's round up what else is going on the women's side. Obviously, we were talking earlier of the stream. Emma Navarro crashes out. Could have been double bagels, but Badosa Monero got broken right at the end of the match. So 6-love, 6-1 win for Badosa Monero. Emma Raducanu, if you watch the stream with Eddie, has come through in 3 sets against Wang Jinyu and will play Iga Swiatek, who I wouldn't say it was a comfortable win, but it was an assured win against Rebecca Schramkova. Schramkova, though, really tried to throw the kitchen sink at her. But it was a 3-3 win. Lucky loser, Yulia Starodubtseva has come through from a set down against Tamara Korpach. Elena Rybakina had a bit of a blip against Yulia Uriera, was 6-1, 4-2 up, and ended up having to win it in 3 sets, 1-6-1, 4-6, 6-4. Veronika Kudermetova is through. Her sister's playing Elena Ostapenko later. Robin Montgomery is through against Diane Parry, 6-2, 6-1. Jacqueline Christian is a set and a breakup already, 6-1, 1-love against Kimberly Birrell. And it's going with serve between Collins and Burridge, 3-2, although Collins might be starting to create an opportunity on the Burridge serve. We're back underway here on Philippe Chatrier between Osaka and Badosa. It's a great winner from Badosa up the line. 15-love, and this is great quality tennis right now. They're both absolutely going for it. It doesn't feel like their level's low enough that there's a stupid amount of errors. That was a high risk forehand as well. Dave, talking about Ben Shelton's match last night. Yep, absolutely. He definitely put us a bit of a roller coaster. He definitely put himself on upset alert, going 2-1 down. But credit to him, he comes through, does well, and he's still in the draw for Shelton. And definitely that was a worthy match for the first Roland Garros night session to do that. Maybe if you'd gone for Paolini, it would have also justified it. Another great heavy forehand from Badosa that Osaka can't deal with, 30-love. Yeah, but you can say that against like if the serve, if you miss a lot of first serves, it's gonna still be a problem. And we saw that even John Isner got broken, probably more than you would think. So similar to Shelton again. Osaka has an error force. It's 40-love, and of the two players, Badosa's the one who's holding serve more comfortably, as a general rule. That's one to notice there. Osaka, Badosa serves. Sorry, wrong player. Second serve at 40-love. Not the worst situation, but you do want to get this game done. Backhand on the attack from Osaka to the backhand up the line from Badosa. Cross court on the forehand. Up the line from Osaka. That's long. And Badosa holds to love. It's 5 games all in this first set. This is definitely the match to watch right now. Yeah, good point, Dave. Sonico definitely returning well last night. I was doing a different live stream at the time, so I wasn't paying loads of attention to the match, I will be honest. But Sonico returning well on clay sounds about right. It was a really tough first round. Unlike tonight's night match between with Yannick Sinner, Sinner playing Rinderknecht. I mean, I get why it's the number one against a French player, but that's going to be a really, really straightforward win for Sinner, most likely. Dave is predicting a tie break. I think he might be right for this Osaka Badosa match. Yeah, Jane, I think Sonico has definitely been a bit unfortunate with some of the results that he's had. I think he's had some opportunities to go really deep with events, but you always have that Rome semi-final that he got to a couple of years ago, and I think that's what really put him on the map. But yeah, definitely just unfortunate with some of the draws that he gets. Great backhand winner from Osaka, 15 all, as apparently I'm being informed that Jacob Fernley and Stan Wawrinka have got underway in their match. I'll probably do a men's results roundup in a minute maybe at the next change of ends, because we are talking a little bit about men's tennis in between 30-15. Yeah, Sonico's good on hard, I guess, or clay. I'm not sure what you mean by. I assume you meant to type hard court there, Jane. 30-15 wide from Osaka. 5-all, second serve, 30-15. Double fault from Osaka, 30-all. Now it's getting tight, 5-all, 30-all. Yeah, good insight, Dave. Yeah, Sonico's game is explosive, but tightness is a big enemy for him. Hoping for Osaka that she doesn't get tight here at 5-all, 30-all. Great return from Badosa. No, it's a let. First serve, let. So we're starting again. And actually, I remember thinking 5-all, 30-all, there's no tighter moment. Well, very rarely having a tighter moment in a match. Thinking that watching the third set between Potapova and Noskova yesterday. As Osaka's gone long, it's a breakpoint chance for Badosa. Obviously, Noskova going out 7-5 in the fifth. I think the score was 5-7, 6-1, 7-5 to Potapova, who came back from 2-5 down in that final set. And I remember thinking, good grief, this one could literally go the way at 5-all, 30-all. And maybe the set's going towards Badosa. It's 30-40. First serve long from Osaka. Yeah, Jane, Sonico's grass court record's actually not bad. Couple of wins in the second weeks. I think he's won a title on grass. But you can tell me that because you've looked it up. Backhand cross court to the backhand of Osaka is long. That was a great forced error on the turn from Badosa. It was right at Osaka's feet. The ball is well out of the court, and it is advantage Badosa in this set. That is the first break we've seen in this match, and Badosa will be coming out to serve for the set in a couple of minutes' time. What a battle so far. 48 minutes on the clock. This has been a good one. May have to rest my voice after this set. But let's quickly go through what is happening in the other men's matches going on. So Casper Ruud easily through against the retiring Albert Ramos Vinolas. I don't know which tournament's going to be his last one, but this was his last Roland Garros, and he goes out pretty straightforwardly to another clay court great. Alejandro Tabio has break points against Artur Cazot in the fifth set. I'll come back to that one. Hugo Gaston has won in 5 sets against Hugo Blanchet. Alexei Popyrin has benefited from Yoshihito Nishioka retiring. 2 sets to love down, so Popyrin is through. Kecmanovic and Baez are going with serve in a 5th set. Sebastian Korda through in 4 sets against Darderi. That was a bit of a surprise for if you are, John Silk or Damien Kust. Carlos Alcaraz easily through against Sepieri. And then the other live matches going on, still real battle between Echeverry and Tsitsipas. They're only in game 4 of the second set. Davidovich Fokina has just got 2 sets to love lead against Lamos Louise, looking pretty good for ADF at the moment. Fritz and Ottmeyer also having a real battle. It's got 2-1 Fritz with serve in the second, Ottmeyer leading by a set. Runa leading by a break against Bautista Agut, and Jacob Fernley has just broken Stan Wawrinka to love, and actually has got love 15 on Wawrinka's serve. So there we go. Osaka's got the first point in this Badosa service game, but Osaka trying to avoid Badosa taking the set, take this to a tie break. Let's see what happens. Great question from Dave. No idea. Maybe we'd have to see what happens if they put Osaka on a night session, which they might, because she's still in this match. It's love 30. Badosa is very frustrated to have missed that cross-court forehand. Love 30. Badosa delivers the first serve, then goes cross-court on the forehand. Cross-court forehand from Osaka just finds the line, but that's a great forehand from Badosa. Finds the court, and it's 15-30. Great point from Badosa there. Really fought back in that one. She's really, really doing well at digging out these balls from the clay and finding winners. Yes, that's right, Jane. He did win a grass court title in Turkey. I did think he won a grass court title. I didn't realize it was Turkey. But that's when, obviously, we had the 259 Antalya before they moved it to Mallorca, which is in Spain, not Turkey. Yeah. Badosa's really taking it to Osaka, Dave, isn't she, in all respects? Backhand to the forehand of Osaka is changing direction and goes long, 30-all. So Badosa's now not made herself. She's got herself back on parity with Osaka, and now this game literally could go either direction. There's Patrick Mouratoglou looking somewhat worried towards his charge. He's still on a mission to put her back on. Well, put Osaka back where she in theory belongs, at the top of the game. And as a 4-time Grand Slam champion, you would expect that. Great backhand from Badosa up the court. Oh, Osaka went for too much on that backhand up the line. It was right there. The winner was there to be hit, and she missed it. And it's 40-30 for Paula Badosa. 52 minutes on the clock. Set point Badosa. 10th seed against the 4-time Grand Slam champion to take the advantage in this match. Delivers the serve. Inside forehand return from Osaka. Now another great cross-court forehand from Osaka. She had the time. She hit the winner that time. We're at deuce. Fantastic moments here for the Philippe Chatrier crowd, who are absolutely loving it. Oh yeah, I forgot that Sonico made the final in Eastbourne, but who did? Was it Fritz he lost to? Can't remember. Great serve from Badosa, but she's pushed back by the Osaka return. Osaka then goes on the attack up the line with a forehand. Backhand, Badosa, the backhand of Osaka cross court, slice from Badosa. Backhand, Osaka's going to just dig it out. Badosa's there. It's going to be overhead for Osaka. Badosa's got to it, but can't steer it back into court. It doesn't even make the tram line. We have a break back point for Naomi Osaka, and she's really going for it. This is quite the match between these two players. I think this might have to go on as an early match of the tournament contender if the quality continues at this rate. Advantage, Naomi Osaka. Badosa serves up the tee. Backhand in play from Osaka, pushing Badosa back. Now goes for the forehand inside out to the backhand of Badosa, who's put it in the middle of the court. And it's right there for Osaka to hit the winner. She drags it cross court. It lands in the corner. And now we're going to a tie break. What a save from Osaka. After conceding the break before, she breaks straight back. This set finishes on a tie break. Well predicted by Dave. Our obviously handy representative of the ATX Open. By the way, we have a result to bring you. Ludmila Samsonova has completed the defeat of Maya Sharif 7-6, 6-2, and she and the Strasbourg finalists will move into round 2 of Roland Garros. Unreturnable serve from Osaka, 1-0 in the tiebreak. There you go. Yes, Samsonova 3. Might be joined by a couple of other players soon. Another match that's kind of intriguing at the minute is Collins-Burridge, because that's still going with serve. I don't know how Burridge is keeping pace with Collins, but there you go. The first serve from Badosa is long. Second serve. Let's focus on this tie break, and then we'll look at what else is happening around Paris. Backhand to the backhand of Osaka goes up the line. Forehand cross court from Badosa. Forehand up the line from Osaka, changing direction. Backhand cross court from Badosa. Osaka was there, but she puts the backhand into the net. 1-1. Great strategy from both players, moving each other around the court. Really, really good tennis from both. Actually, you know what? I am going to bring you a result. Alejandro Tabillo has completed the 5-set victory over Artur Cazot. 5-7, 6-3, 6-2, 1-6, 6-3. So Tabillo Swiatek's hitting partner from last week is through. We went to another forehand battle on Philippe Chatrier. As Badosa's gone long, it's mini break Osaka, 2-1. I think that's as up to date as you need to be at the moment. Kecmanovic is 1 game away from beating Sebastian Baez, so I'll bring you an update on that once this tiebreak's done. Yeah. Here we go. First serve from Osaka goes up the tee, misses it. Dave, I'm going to plug my other podcast, but if you ever want to, when the ATX Open comes around next time, if you ever want to send something into the Ground Pass podcast to hype up at the tournament and, encourage people to go visit, we'll definitely have you send us a voice note or something. Backhand up the line from Osaka to the back. And again, backhand from Badosa cross court. Backhand up the line, Osaka. Still changing direction. Really short ball from Badosa's bringing Osaka in. And Osaka's there. I don't think that was a deliberate short ball. Osaka guides that really well. Hits the volley. Great job, 3-1. But such a fun rally. And Osaka's team looking very, very happy at the situation. I've got an interesting question about Osaka, actually. 3-1. Delivers the serve out wide, misses it. So we've got a second serve coming up. Yes, Dave. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the Ground Pass podcast, please do. It's more for casual tennis fans, like people who aren't super fans like you and me. But it's just that sort of gateway podcast into the sport, and that's what it's designed for. But it's also designed to encourage people to go and visit your local tournaments, or what the most affordable ways of going to watch tennis are live in person. That's why we're a Ground Pass. 4-1 Osaka. Badosa's gone along with that previous point, and now she's stepping up to serve. They are changing ends after this point. Serves double faults. 5-1 Osaka as they change ends, and it's looking very good for Osaka to take the set. This has not been a good tiebreak from Paula Badosa. So yeah, a couple of minutes to change ends. Osaka 2 points away from winning that. Let's see what's happening. Kecmanovic is also 2 points away from winning his match. So that's 1-2. Bear in mind, Barrage has managed to get to 5 games and won the first set with Collins. That's coming in. All right. Thanks, Dave. Yep. So, sorry, I've just clunked my desk. Probably didn't sound quite on the stream. So, second serve for Badosa, which is very distracted at the minute by where her first serve ball ended up, and now she's delivering the second. Oh, but it's a let by the look of it. Something's put her off, or something has happened, and we're going to try again. Second serve delivery. Backhand up the line from Osaka. Backhand cross court Badosa. Backhand cross court Osaka. Backhand up the line. Forehand Osaka cross court. Forehand. Oh, Badosa was going for the sliding forehand screamer up the line. Just puts it in the middle of the net. It's another mini break for Osaka. And Osaka now has 5 set points. First 2 on her serve, another 2 on the Badosa serve, and another 1 on hers if she absolutely needs it. 3 mini breaks, not bad for Naomi. Not bad at all. All right, Osaka supports the ball toss, and she's going to have another go. Oh, first serve into the net. Second serve to try and close this set out. Short first serve. And it's an overhit return from Badosa. It is 7-6. Osaka takes that first set on a really great tiebreak from her, not straight tiebreak from Badosa, and yeah, rescues that set. Really, really good stuff from Naomi Osaka. I hope the second set matches up to that first. I am going to take advantage of the fact that it's a break between sets just to take a quick breather, guys. I'll just leave you with the soft music in the background whilst I just sort myself out. All right, everyone, thanks for playing with me. So, whilst waiting for things to get back underway on Philippe Chatrier, may as well give you an around-the-ground update. So, starting with the women's, Jacqueline Christian is a game away from beating Kimberly Birrell. She's serving for the match 6-1-5 love. It is currently 5 games all between Collins and Burridge. And Burridge actually has a break point, but Collins has just saved it, so it's deuce 5-all. Caroline Garcia has just got underway in her match against Bernarda Pera. She is held serve to start the match, and Aya Tomjanovic and Maya Joint are warming up. Obviously, Nerlin asked you a great question about Maya Joint earlier on in the stream. Katamanovic has got the job done against Sebastian Baez. Comes from 2 sets to love down to win 6-7, 6-7, 6-4, 6-2, 6-2. So he's through, as I mentioned earlier. Tabia, who's also come through in 5 sets against Artur Cazot. Stefan Tsitsipas is a breakup in the second set, having won the first set 7-5. He's 4-1 up. Echeverry is serving, 15 love. Alejandro Davidovich Fekina is going with serve against Lamas Ruiz in the third, but he leads by 2 sets to love. And Taylor Fritz, he's going with serve with Altmaier in the second set, so that one's turning into a bit of a battle. Roberto Bautista Agut's broken back against Holger Rune. It's 4 games all in the first. And also, Svavrinka's broken back against Fernley in the first, and it's 3-2 to Svavrinka with serve. As we're watching Naomi Osaka clipping her nails for some reason. Because apparently she needs to do that right here, right now. Clearly not very comfortable holding the racket. Maybe also getting some blisters by the look of it is Osaka, and she's getting that kind of taped up. Also, another match that's kind of warming up now, Karen Khachanov is warming up for his match against Alexander Vukic. Let's have a look and see if we've got any other kind of results. Match point for Christian against Birrell. So I'll let you know if she converts that. And yes, still super tight between Collins and Burridge. That's a match I wasn't expecting it to be. Dave, I would imagine that the crowd probably would really got involved in that Gaston Blanchet match, particularly if it's Gaston, who absolutely loves the crowd and winding them up. And I think, if I'm right, I need to double check something because I think Gaston's actually got a pretty big name in his next match. Who's he got? Yes, Gaston's playing Shelton next. So the crowd in that match is going to be mental because both players like to wind up the crowd. I don't think it's going to bother Ben because he's used to college tennis. Yeah, I think that one could be a lot of fun. I have a feeling you might be looking forward to that one, Dave. Thinking, who's Dave? Dave's in the chat, and more than happy to talk to anyone who is also in the live chat. It's not exclusive to Dave. If you want to join in, you are more than welcome to. I'm wondering if my break has put some people off, but hopefully not. I'm hoping you are enjoying the stream. So, Badosa's coming out to serve. Finally, Osaka's had her nail break done, and we are underway in the second. And immediately, Badosa's coming out like nothing happened, pushed back by that return, but it's long, and it's 15-love. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Ben is going to enjoy that match with Gaston, I would think. And Christian's got the job done. She's beaten Kimberly Birrell 6-1, 6-love, has bounced back well from her defeat in the Rabat final. So yeah, I think you're kind of up to date now with everything that's going on, to be fair. I don't think we need to watch for anyone at the moment, really. I am very intrigued by what's happening in this Collins Burridge match. Like, that looks absolutely mental. But we're focusing on Osaka and Badosa. It's 15-all now. So yeah, nothing. We're kind of in that lull in the tennis scores where not a lot else is happening. So we'll probably check on a change of ends and see if anything has developed. Second serve for Badosa. Oh, double fault, 15-30. If she's not careful, this match is going to get away from her. She's looking a bit fed up at the minute. Yeah, let's face it, almost every game, apart from a couple of Badosa service games, have been real battles. So, yeah, a dip from either player in that match, and a set or a match could get away from them very easily. But Badosa's done well to force an error with an excellent cross-court forehand, 30-all. Really tight situation here. Let me just have a look, actually. Is there anyone that who's now out that I'm like is noteworthy? There's not been a lot of noteworthy exits so far. Oh, here's a development. Taylor Fritz has broken. He's serving for the second set against Ottmeyer. Great backhand up the line winner from Naomi Osaka. She's bringing up another break point, and she is on a roll right now. Yeah, no notable exits so far today, apart from Navarro, I'd say. Dave, your comment would work if Badosa was the one who took the medical timeout, but actually she's been out and about. Like, she was out and ready to play when Osaka was kind of having her hand looked at. We are seeing another exchange of great shots here, which end with Osaka forehand over the baseline. It's deuce. But yeah, I think actually Badosa's standing up pretty well physically to this onslaught from Osaka. If anything, she's giving her as good as she's giving. Nice. First serve from Osaka. If Badosa is too good, it's an advantage to the Spaniard, and she's going to try and dig herself out of trouble in this game. Definitely want to keep an eye on what's going on in that Fritz match. Also, Jodie Burridge has just broken Danielle Collins. She's going to be serving for the first set 6-5. So that's some scores to bring you, but let's get through this score first. Second serve advantage for Badosa. Goes out wide with it. Backhand from Osaka's right. Badosa's backhand goes up the line with it. Osaka somehow there and pushes Badosa back, and then attacks coming into the net. Badosa's going to try and pass her. Does. She did leave the space open, but that was potential for Badosa to potentially hit it. And I think she ends up putting more height rather than more depth on it, which is exactly what was needed because the ball just drags back down. Osaka couldn't get there, and it's 1-love Badosa in this second set, who just quickly wipes her face and then strides back to the end that she now needs to take. They are now swapping sides, as they usually do. What's going on? Taylor Fritz has taken the second set against Daniel Ottmeyer. They're at 1-all out on court Simone Mathieu. And several Tsitsipas is 1 game away from taking a 2-sets-to-love lead over Thomas Echeverry. Big inside-out forehand to start from the mid-court to start this game from Naomi Osaka, love 15. Love 15. It's now 3:15 Paris time. Getting up to it. First serve is wide. She's tried to get T to Osaka. Bit of a disruption between her first and second serves. Delivers the second serve into the middle of the box. Now she goes on the attack with a backhand up the line. It's a winner. That's what she's been doing all match. Hits another one, 30 love. And she's hoping this might be her most comfortable service hold. This match has been going for an hour and 11 minutes. Not bad. Oh, great return from Badosa. 30-15. Osaka's serve was pretty good, but it was the backhand up the line off the backhand cross court was so good from Badosa. Our scoreboard's really behind. I do apologise. I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, our producer's internet is not great. 30-15. Love 1. That Google's really running behind. Osaka delivers the serve, then goes on the attack with the forehand, drags it out of court, 30 all. And what was looking pretty good for a game so far has now turned into trouble for Naomi Osaka. 30 all. Osaka delivers. First serve is wide. She can't afford any mistakes. Delivers the second serve. Backhand inside out from Badosa. Now goes cross court on the backhand. Backhand. Oh, it's wild from Osaka. And it's 30-40 and she's got her hands on her hips and she's wondering how on earth she's got herself into this position. Yeah, 30-40. Break point for Badosa, having saved break point in the previous one. Like these are huge. This is a huge match, hugely competitive. Osaka puts the ball toss. Now she's going to go again for the first serve. Delivers it up the tee. Badosa's going to deliver it short. Osaka goes cross court. She's at the net. She's going to. Oh, she's overhit it. She overplayed the overhead, dragged it out of court, and there we go. It is Badosa who breaks for 2 love. Well. I am going to see if I can get a more accurate scoreboard up for you guys. Because it's not really working at the minute. Collins is trying to break back against Burridge, by the way. Yeah, they're really good. No, it is Google. It is Google. But struggling, not the producer. So clearly it's just the scoreboard that we're working with. TNS seems to be working all right according to my stream. I'm not too far ahead of it, so could try that. Maybe it's slightly ahead actually. 15 love Badosa. Trying to maybe stretch out this advantage. She couldn't consolidate the break that she had at the end of the first set to convert it. She's going to hope that she can do that this set. Now she's going on the inside out beforehand. Backhand cross court from Osaka is long. 30 love, and she's got her arms out. She's frustrated with how she's playing at the minute, and she has started to just miss on her shots, has Osaka. 30 love, Badosa, who of the two has been holding more comfortably. Delivers the first serve, and then drop shot. Osaka's going to try and dig it out, which she does. Badosa plays the forehand into the space, up the line, 40 love, great shot. doing exactly what she needs to, playing a fantastic service game. And right now, Badosa seems to be the more assured one, which is pretty surprising given that she narrowly got out of her first service game. And then Osaka looked pretty good at 30 love in her previous one. But how quickly things can change. I think she's going for 8 consecutive points here as Badosa's backhand up the line. The fine of Osaka to the backhand of Badosa under the attack. She was saying too far up the court there, and that was a very clever backhand from Osaka. Goes up the line, but sort of just drops just short of where she needed. Badosa was too close to it, and that was just too good. And Badosa acknowledges that. 40-15. Run of points over, and Osaka's locked back in. 40-15 Badosa. Still got another couple of game points here. Great first set. Now follows up with a great +1 cross court. Too good. Osaka could get to it. Badosa holds 3 love and already halfway to the second set. I think we're going 3 here, guys. Unless Osaka really goes in the attack on the next Badosa service game. I think that's what's happening. Collins has broken back and taken Burridge to a first set tiebreak. Not bad. So that's what's going on elsewhere. That's probably the big story. What else do we have to update you with? So Tsitsipas is trying to serve out the second set against Echeverry. As I mentioned, Taylor Fritz is now set all with Altmaier. Still pretty close in the other matches. Runa and Bautista are good, and Fernley Wawrinka going with serve. And I think probably the closest to some kind of score update that we can bring you is probably Collins Burridge. So I'll keep an eye on what's going on there. It's 3-0 Collins in that tiebreak, and I think that's with 2 mini breaks. Yes, Dave. Badosa's back is looking fine at the moment, and that's really pleasing actually, because I think if it wasn't, it would really hold back the match. But her back is fine, and we're getting the match that we all hoped for. I probably should have made this my match of the day in the predictions. I ended up going with Echeverry Tsitsipas. I thought that was going 5. Still could, but I don't know. It's actually 30 all. Tsitsipas is not serving it out very cleanly at the minute. We've got a backhand-to-backhand rally going on here on Chatrian. Osaka's gone long. It's love 15. She doesn't need this right now. There are too many errors coming off the racket of Osaka. Just keeping an eye on things elsewhere. As well as we've got a set point for Tsitsipas. Great shot from Osaka, forcing the error from Badosa, 15 all. First point in her set for a while. First up into the net from Naomi Osaka. Second serve coming up. Still very tight, very scrappy on her service games. Thankfully, it looks like our scoreboard's fixed itself. Osaka delivers. Forehand cross-court from short from Badosa. Osaka goes in the attack with her cross-court forehand. Now she's running after the cross-court. Badosa, overplays hers. Trying to go up the line. It goes well out, and it's 15-30. Not what Osaka needs right now. Oof. Yeah, it's really sweaty out there, Dave. That's hope you win that one. You must be built for like endurance. You have to be to play tennis in these conditions year in, year out. Oh, great backhand winner up the line from Osaka. Oh, she's celebrating. I think it's been called out. She's disagreeing with the fact it's been called out. Umpire's checking the mark. I thought we had... Oh, yeah, that ball's clearly out. And it's... guys, it's not great. It's now 15-40. And Badosa's got 2 points for a double break. I thought they were bringing in electronic line calling at Roland Garros. But we're still seeing line judges. Short return from Badosa. Osaka can't follow up. It doesn't make it over the net. The level has dropped from Osaka. She didn't need it to. It's 4-love. Paula Badosa in the second set. Well, whenever you need to head off, Dave, that's fine. Hopefully you can stick around for as long as you can. I've been really enjoying having you in the chat and hearing your thoughts on things. Runa managed to save set point, by the way, against RBA on his serve. So it's 5-all in that set. Wawrinka potentially 2 points away from the set. His match against Fernley. Tsitsipas has now got the second set. He leads Echeverry 2 sets to love, 5 and 3. So for my 5-set prediction for that match to happen, Echeverry needs to begin the comeback. Yes, the dreaded pickle juice. Much needed if you're a tennis player. Forehand into the net from Osaka. It's love 30, and this match is 30 love, and this match is definitely getting away from Osaka. The graphics got the serve wrong on the RG feed. It's saying Osaka serving, it's actually Badosa. Got caught out there. Osaka's dragged another forehand wide. It's 40 love. And Osaka's kind of going all or nothing at the minute. It's very Ostapenko, actually. Thanks, Dave. I think I'm probably on the Mount Rushmore of people who were still here from when we started 3 years ago. Forehand up the line from Badosa. Osaka doesn't move for it. She knows that Badosa could put it anywhere in court. Was at the mercy of it. So much time. And Badosa is now starting to get 5 love in the second set. And this is a very different set to the first after what was a really great battle between two quality hitters. Osaka's gone off the boil, and Badosa's level is still pretty high, and it's really showing. Not looking good. Danielle Collins has got the first set against Jodie Burrage. Ends up being a comprehensive tiebreak win. Burrage let that set slip. She's going to be disappointed with that. Ghosty probably will not be disappointed, though, that Danielle Collins has got the set lead against Burrage. And I would have to say, that would be a bit of a shock if Collins lost it, although I would also be very pleased for Jodie as a Brit. If she was to get through that. What's going on around the grounds? We've got a couple new matches starting up on the men's side. Huila Hachiko and Jordan Thompson are underway, and so is Fran Cerundolo against Gabrielle Diallo. Yeah, agreed, Dave. Osaka does not want to get bageled here. That's not going to do good for her mentality going into the third. I'm wondering if she's going to try and take a longer break, if she can possibly get away with it. We're not really close to finishing any matches yet, I don't think. Obviously, it's really going to depend. Davidovich Fokina might be the closest. He's got break points in his match, but we'll see. Osaka's got the first point here, so she's trying to avoid the bagel. First serve into the net. Yeah, it's just not the same Osaka from set one. Oh, double faults. First, second serve, clipped the top of the tape and just went wild. 15 all. And Mortoglu looks concerned. Osaka, another first serve in the net. She's struggling to get her serves over the net at the minute. Everything just seems to have gone for Osaka. Maybe she shouldn't have clipped her nails. Backhand wild out. 15-30. I just seemed to I think the wind caught it maybe. Sailed long though. It's such a messy set from Osaka. 12 unforced errors compared to Badosa's 3. Oh, shanked return from Badosa. Well out. Yeah, Jane, I knew you'd like the ADF updates. I'm kind of doing that for you because I know he's your fave. And let's face it, for good reason. The ego of Patrick Mouratoglou knows no bounds, Dave. 30 all. It's a good thing John's interviewed him and not me. Backhand cross court from Osaka. Oh, that's the Osaka we're waiting for. That just dropped. Badosa couldn't get there. Again, just so flat. Just skids off the clay, dies, and Badosa had no chance of getting it. Skids past her. 40-30, game point Osaka. First game point she's had for a while. I think the first game point she's had this set since the break point, but that's a backhand up the line winner from Badosa to steal that away from her, and it's back to deuce. Badosa wants this bagel. Have I had a Spanish bagel? I can imagine they do a good job with those. First serve long from Osaka. Yeah, I think the last time Osaka had any kind of game point was when she had break to point on the Badosa serve in the first game of the set. Double fault again from Osaka, that second serve going over the service line, and it's advantage Badosa. We have a set point. Yeah, Dave, well, the good news is that John is very professional. And probably has... and you know, Mouratoglou does deserve some respect for the coaching academy he's built up and what he did manage to do with Serena. Great forehand cross court from Osaka. Hits a winner, saves the set point. Deuce. She's going to be very, very happy with that. Ace from Osaka. Advantage. Going to get a game on the board here. Could this be the reverse of the Świątek score that she had against her? Because I think I remember last... Was it like... Did Świątek win that match against Osaka last year? 7-6. It was an ace, by the way, from Osaka to close the game out. So it's Badosa serving at 5-1. But wasn't the score something like 7-6, 1-6, 7-5 to Świątek in that match they played last year? It'd be funny if Osaka wins this match against Badosa by the same score or something like that. And so I have to say, like, the second set quality from Osaka has kind of stopped us from being a bit of an epic. Backhand to backhand rally at the minute, and then Badosa's gone wide. Love 15. Okay. She's still got 2 breaks, but that was a little uncontrolled from Badosa. It's kind of gone back to where it was right at the start of the set, right at the end of the first. Overplayed backhand return from Osaka, 15 all. So there we go. Badosa's on the board in this game. 3 points away from the second set. Yeah, Dave, I kind of have to have a good memory of it. Like, it was one of the best matches of the year. It was a really memorable match and also incredibly stressful for me to follow. Overhit forehand return this time from Osaka. It's 30-15. Badosa's got 2 more points. Oh, good update from Jane. Runa going to a first set tiebreak with RBA. I did not call that, I'm going to be honest, but there you go. RBA showing what he can still do. Great unreturnable serve from Badosa to move to 2 set points. So we might have to keep an eye on what's happening there with that one. Great first serve from Badosa, who gets a short ball, fires it up with a great +1 forehand up the middle of the court. Osaka just went completely the wrong way, and it's the second set to Paula Badosa. We are going 3 on Chatrier. And can Osaka do the reverse Świątek score? Fortunately, was not talking for an hour after that, so I shouldn't need to have a break just yet. Let's see how this goes. Right. Well, whilst we're waiting for the deciding set to start, third set, let's bring you up to date with what else is happening. So it's 1 game all between Echeverry and Tsitsipas in the third set. Badosa did not break Laura Squeeze, and it's 4 games all in the third. Daniel Altmaier is a break-up in the third against Taylor Fritz, 3-1. It's 1 set all in that match, but Altmaier looking to take a 2-1 lead. RBA's just got a mini break against Runa for 2-1. Fernley and Wawrinka are also into a first set tie-break. Hachanov is down an early break to Vukic. Bit of a surprising development there. And very early stages between Hachko Thompson and Surundalo Diallo. Those are 1 game all. What about the women's? Well, it's 1 game all between Collins and Burridge, and that's a real battle going on up there. Caroline Garcia's at 3 games all with Bernarda Pera in what is going to be her last Roland Garros first round. We'll see if it's her last match. She's just safe to break point. And Maya Joint has just gone down an early break, 3-1 to Aya Tomjanovic, and is finding this match a lot more difficult compared to their Rabat semi-final where Tomjanovic retired. Joint obviously coming off the title in Rabat and looking pretty good. Not quite up and running with set 3 at Osaka Badosa. But yeah, Jane, RBA is a good old soldier. And he keeps showing it week in, week out. And I actually think he's always got better with age in some ways. Certainly able to manage his physicality quite well. My stream is showing what's going on between Burridge and Collins. And yeah, Burridge is really going for her shots. I'm also seeing now clips of Fernley against Wawrinka in that first set tiebreak. And again, it's going with serve there. Ruda's retrieved the mini break against RBA, by the way. So, Dave, you think this third set between Osaka and Badosa is a coin toss? I think it's really going to depend on what kind of quality Osaka comes out with, because she's got to play better this set compared to... She's got to properly reset after that set too. And there were signs that she was doing that, but she's got to be a little bit less wild with some of her shots. But also, Badosa's so clean at the minute and is handling this rally so well, moving Osaka from side to side, and draws the error, love 15. That was a really good point from Badosa to start the set. Osaka didn't do a lot wrong. Badosa had her on a string, moving her around. All right, people. See what we get. Delivers the first serve, Osaka. Great return from Badosa. They're trading backhand to backhand. This is more like the first set now. Backhand up the line. Forehand short from Badosa. Osaka's going to go for it. Oh, she overdid it. It did bounce quite high. She tried to get underneath it and she just put it in the net on the cross court. It's love 30. No idea what you're talking about, Dave. I didn't realise there was a story involving some kind of horse strategy with RBA. But there you go. Great first set from Osaka. Unreturned, 15-30. I'm keeping an eye on these 2 first set tie breaks that are happening in the men's, by the way, just to see what happens as Altmaier holds a 4-1 lead in set 3 against Taylor Fritz. Great first serve again from Osaka. Somehow Badosa gets that back in court. Now she's got time for the forehand short. Forehand inside out from Osaka. Sliced, looped up, ready for Osaka to crunch the forehand cross court. 30 all. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Yeah, Nadal is a legend. The statue was obvious. It would have been silly not to have a statue of him at Roland Garros, but the footprint, now that's such a cool idea. I think you could only do something like that at Roland Garros. Certainly not seeing any plaques being put down for Roger Federer on centre court, and I don't think Australia will do that for Djokovic. Don't want to ruin the grass on the centre, even for Federer. Forehand up the line from Osaka, backhand short from Badosa, backhand crunched by Osaka. Oh, it's a net cord. Things go her way, and it's 40-30. But let's face it, that could probably be just another backhand into the net that she'd been hitting in set 2 had she not got very, very fortunate. And it's game point for Osaka to try and make this sure the set is relatively competitive. Osaka delivers the first serve, misses it. second serve. Delivers. Backhand cross-court from Badosa. Backhand up the line from Osaka. Badosa's there with the forehand. Forehand up the line from Osaka to the Badosa backhand. Goes cross-court, moving it from side to side. Badosa maintaining a very good court position. Osaka still moving side to side, going great angles. Now goes cross-court on the backhand. Badosa's there. She's running everything down. Short ball. Osaka's going to dig it up and out. Oh, the counter drop shot was brilliant. And there we go. Osaka holds for 1-love in the third set. That's going to be critical to making this set interesting. Dave also saying, okay, so Dave, you've put together 2 stories. You have kind of actually see RBA has recently lost his dad, which is really sad to hear. But also RBA got injured falling off. Is it one of his dad's horses or one of his own horses? But clearly, horse guy. Hey, maybe, ATX Open is a WTA event, but if there's a men's challenger in Austin, maybe they tempt RBA over because you definitely get on pretty well there by the sound of it. All the cowboys and their horses. We might have a match result to bring you. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina is 2 points away on his serve from winning his match. Excuse me. The Badosa +1 forehand ends up in the net. It's love 15. Osaka might be about to turn this momentum around quite dramatically as well. And it's quite interesting, similarly with the first set, that was a tight service game that for Badosa that she came through and ended up being critical to her winning that set and keeping the momentum going, giving her some momentum and halting Osaka's after that tiebreak as they're into a long rally again. Cross-court forehand to the forehand of Badosa's. Oh, so good. But Osaka somehow there gets the backhand in play. Backhand cross-court from Badosa. Going to leave the space open for Osaka. It goes right at Badosa. Ends up being the right choice. Badosa didn't have time to react to love 30. And also, but with this set, if Osaka's come through a tough service game, saving match point, saving break point in that service game, that might have wrestled the momentum away from Badosa a bit. It's reset things. It's love 30 and Osaka's got the chance. First serve delivered by Badosa. Oh, okay. The forehand was brilliant from Osaka on the return. And it was just way too kind of loopy from Badosa. It ends up in the tram line. It's love 40. 3 break points from Osaka to get the early advantage in this deciding set. Backhand cross-court from Osaka on the return. Backhand up the line from Badosa is too good. That's a winner. 15-40. But Badosa's frustrated as she's in this position. And obviously Osaka's playing better, so it's putting the pressure on. I think the one thing Badosa has potentially come, but we'll see how this goes. First serve into the net. But if she does get broken here, she knows that she can break Osaka, even when Osaka's playing well. She did it at the end of the first set and early on in the second. Backhand cross-court from Osaka to the backhand cross-court of Badosa. They're trading cross-court. Now Badosa's moving Osaka up the line. We're going to a forehand from Badosa, back to the forehand of Osaka, short. Forehand inside out from Badosa. Osaka's there cross-court. Forehand Badosa. Osaka's going to be there with her forehand into the net. Trying to go cross-court. 30-40. That's another good save of a break point from Badosa, moving Osaka from side to side. Although ironically, when Osaka got herself back into the rally, that's where she made the error. I have seen your question, Sean. I might address it maybe when we're at a less critical point in this match. Lamas Ruiz has broken back against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, so no party for Jane just yet. First serve is long from Badosa. 1 more break point. She's also not celebrating too soon. Second serve, she's already coming in. Osaka wasn't quite ready to receive, but she is now. Second serve delivered. Long, double fault. Badosa's conceded the break. 2-0. And it is 2-love in this set to Osaka, who's now going to be serving now. Speaking of results, Roberto Bautista Agut has just won the first set against Holger Rune. So whilst we, looking at sort of what kind of tragic stories might be happening, he has actually got that first set against Rune, who was was one of those players to watch at the French. That match could be quite interesting. Jacob Fernley has a set point against Stan Wawrinka in the opening set tiebreak. Hatched off his broken back against Vukic. We'll probably do a full roundup in the in the change of ends. Yeah, agreed, Dave. You need to watch out for horses. Those things scare me. Not when they're docile and friendly, but with how powerful they are and how funny. I don't like animals in general. But yeah, if they're freaked out, they can be a threat. Great forehand from Badosa, looped forehand from Osaka. Now it goes cross court, dragged wide from Osaka, 15-all. Fernley gets the first set, 8-6. So tight tiebreak against Wawrinka. Tsitsipas has actually got a break up in the third against Echeverry, so my prediction of a 5-setter looking very, very poor. Forehand from Osaka, short backhand to the backhand of Osaka. Forehand up the line from Badosa is brave, it's brilliant, and it's 15-30. Runs in to get the drop shot from Osaka. Well, it wasn't a drop shot, it was just short, and she just runs in and takes it on up the line. That was beautiful from Badosa. 15-30. And that's her 13th forehand winner of the match. Osaka has hit 12. Forehand to forehand, these two are going for it. First set from Osaka out wide. I've got cross court on the forehand. Now we're going to go up the line from Osaka on the forehand. Backhand cross court Badosa. Now we're going backhand to backhand. Badosa tries to go for the backhand haymaker up the line, puts it in the net, top part of the net, 30-all. I'm still trying to work out. I answered your question, Sean, about Osaka, by the way, what the difference between now and when she was winning majors is, and I think I have some complicated. I think I know what my thoughts are on that. First serve from Osaka was good, but drags the forehand wide on the +1. She got the short ball. She overhit it. It's 30-40. Break back point for Badosa. No, your question's not annoying, Sean. It's just I'm getting caught up in what's going on, and I'm thinking about that and not wanting to miss a big moment because there's a lot going on here. But it's not an annoying question at all. I'm sorry I gave you that impression. 30-40. Backhand Osaka into the net. She tried to go up the line. We're back on serve in this set, and Badosa's raising her fist to her coach in celebration. And we are going to have a proper battle in this deciding set between Badosa and Osaka. Right. So, to your question, Sean, which I'm going to get back up. And it was, what difference do I see between Osaka now and Osaka was when she was winning majors? I actually think Osaka's more well-rounded as a player. I think she has developed her game in a lot of ways. The problem is that she hasn't been able to find that major winning level for quite some time. And to be honest, I think her reputation just kind of came from 2 mega purple patches that got her the US Open, the Australian Open in 18-19, and then that combo again in 2021. Barring a few other, with a couple of other results, like a couple of other thousands, like Indian Wells in 2018, and that I think it was Beijing. I think in 2019 was the other 1,000 that she's won, and it's just she's not found that ultimate top level again, and I don't know why that is. Maybe the field's changed. Maybe she's finding it more difficult to do that. I don't know. She's certainly proving herself to be one of the most exciting players and a match for the top players now. But she's always been streaky, but her hot streaks seem to coincide with the hard court slams, and that's where a lot of her reputation kind of comes from. Which means that there's no reason why she couldn't do it again, as she's gone wide as the tram line with that forehand after another epic rally with Badosa. It's 15-love. Agree, Dave. I think maybe she had more confidence or maybe less fear, because she obviously won that really, really great match with Muguruza in the 4th round of the 2021 Australian, which was probably one of the matches of the year that year. And that was the foundation for how she ended up winning the title. I don't know if she's fitter. I think I'd say she's fitter now than she was then. But it's hard to say. Certainly confidence very different. Maybe that sort of almost youthful arrogance has gone. Not that she was ever arrogant, though. That's the thing. She's always been pretty settled. 30 love for Badosa, by the way. She's doing very well to keep on top of these really epic rallies they're having. As another unreturnable first serve, 40 love. And yeah, at the moment, Badosa, when she's on, is the more comfortable one holding serve compared to Osaka. Sean, you're saying you think the fitness levels on the men's tour has kept getting better. It's probably the same with WTA. Then we'll move incredible. Yes, I think fitness all round has got better. Ace from Badosa to close that game out 2-all. Yes, I think that's just been the trend for a long time. And yeah, everyone's just so good now. And the base level is so high to be a professional tennis player in the modern day. I don't know if the base level to be a great tennis player has changed, but to be a standard tennis player is the same. Yes, Sean, agreed. Osaka's a great watch either way. And I think that's really, really, I think that's the most important thing is we support and enjoy Osaka, whatever she does, like serving an unreturnable serve, which has got her to 15 love. Don't think there's anything major to bring you yet from other matches. No, okay, actually, we've got some set scores to bring you in a minute, but we'll have a look at this. Maybe that's going to be something we do in a sec. Backhand returning play from Badosa. I think that's the forehand cross court, forehand into the net from Osaka, 15-all. So Caroline Garcia has lost the first set to Bernarda Pera 6-4, bit of a surprise, but that looked like quite a scrappy set. This is her last Roland Garros, don't forget, for Garcia. Aya Tomjanovic has won the first set 6-1 against Maya Joint, but Joint is already a break-up 2-love in the second. So that one could be quite a seesaw match. But that's, some women's tennis sets to bring you. And Collins is actually a game away from beating Jodie Barrett. She's motored through the second set. She's 5-2 up, having won the first set 7-6, coming from having to Barrett serve for that set 6-5. So really good comeback win from Danielle Collins there. Ace from Osaka. We're really motoring now in this third set. Yeah, good point, Dave, about the mentality in tennis. That is so critical. You have to stay focused the entire time. Oh, unreturnable serve from Osaka to the point that Badosa put her return into the net post. And Osaka strides to her chair. Probably the most comfortable serve I've seen from her this whole match. 3-2. Yeah, we're really into this decider now. Daniel Altmaier serving for the third set against Taylor Fritz. Fernley and Wawrinka are going with 7 second, 1-all. Runa Batistuka going with 7 their second set as well, 2-1 Runa. 4-all first set between Khachanov and Vukic, so Khachanov has broken back. Jordan Thompson has got a break against Hiri Lehechka in the first set of their match, 4-3, and it's still 4-all between Cerundolo and Diallo. Diallo not having a bad clay court season. And Pera has just got the early break, 1-love in the second against Garcia. So Garcia could be very much in danger of going out. Agree, Dave, about off-court stability being important for players, although that's something you really can't control. Like, you can have as much control over it as you can, but life just happens, and we're seeing that with players like Świątek and how things are impacting her, or Casper Ruud, or whoever, really. So, yes, there's something about you as a person that will probably control how stable you are off court, but life just happens, and well, it just gets you. And how you deal with that is how it's going to translate on court, especially if you are a professional sports person. Short return from Osaka, now goes on the attack with the backhand up the line. Badosa's there going cross court. Osaka's really taking it to her right now with a forehand. They're going cross court to cross court on the forehand at the moment. Really great rally that ends with a force error from Badosa, trying to get underneath that really sharp angle from Osaka. It's love 15. Osaka hoping to re-establish that break of serve that she had right at the start of the set. Interesting developments going on. Collins Burridge match, which I'll keep an eye on as well. Backhand from Badosa, the forehand of Osaka, goes cross court. They're going cross court to cross court on the backhand. Badosa goes up the line from Osaka, wrong footing. Badosa goes to the short ball. Badosa's still getting to everything that Osaka's throwing at her, but can't get to that ball that Osaka takes out the air with a swing volley. It's love 30. And Osaka's fist pumping and celebrating. She's coming on in herself, and she is in a very good position to potentially get the break back. Break advantage again in this deciding set. It's back and forth between these two right now. So we've had 9th seed Emma Navarro going out earlier today, crashing out to Jessica Butas-Monero, the upset maker. Great cross-court forehand from Paula Badosa, the 10th seed, who's trying to avoid the same fate. That being said, if Navarro and Badosa were to both go out today, that would probably take a lot of ranking pressure off Iga Świątek, who live ranking-wise has dropped to 8. First serve delivered by Badosa. Now goes cross-court with a forehand. Forehand up the line from Osaka. Backhand up the line from Badosa. Forehand up the line from Osaka. That's just doing line. Now Osaka changes direction and takes the ball long going on the cross-court. 30 all. Big moments here for Badosa. She's got from love 30 to 30 all. She needs to, if she can hold here, that's going to be big for her confidence going into what will be the latter stages of this match. It's 3 all final set. It's real crunch time. One slip would make all the difference. We're not there yet. It's still 2-3. First serve is off the top of the net and well out of court. So Badosa's going to have to deliver a second serve. Does well on that. Huge return from Osaka, though. Cross-court winner. And that is 30-40 for the Japanese player. Break point. Jodie Burridge also broke back against Danielle Collins, by the way. Collins was serving for the match at 5-2. Burridge has broken back and is looking good to try and hold serve, make Collins serve for it again. Oh, very wide serve from Badosa, trying to go up T, but really curved out. Second serve for Osaka to have a look at here. Take a step forward. Backhand, cross-court to the backhand of Badosa. There's trading cross-court backhands. Still trading. Osaka changes direction. So Badosa goes cross-court with her forehand. Osaka just makes it over the net with her forehand. Still going cross-court to cross-court on the forehand. Huge hitting from both. And Osaka tries to steer it up the line. Misses it. It's over the baseline. And Badosa celebrating hard. It is juice. What a rally on break point. And Osaka trying to change things up. Ends up making the error. We are now at deuce on this Badosa service game. Critical service game for Paula Badosa. Pretty tense. Second attempt at a ball toss from Badosa. Delivers the first serve. Great first serve. It's so short from Osaka. Badosa goes right at her with the backhand. It doesn't matter though. Osaka tried to steer it into the space. Couldn't control it. Advantage Badosa. Dave supporting Naomi in the chat. Naomi's got a lot of fans. They're going to be willing her to defend those second round points, maybe even improve. This was a big opportunity for her, but Badosa's come out fit and firing, and there was some questions about that, whether she would be. But she definitely is. Delivers the first serve up the tee. Great return from Osaka. Backhand to the back of Osaka up the line. Badosa's just going to get there, but can't get it anywhere near the net. Advantage. Badosa has gone to deuce. Thanks for the update, Jane. Yes, Collins is serving for the match for the second time. She served for it 5-2 and Burridge broke back. It's going to be another attempt to serve it out. And Bernarda Perez got a double break against Caroline Garcia in the second set. Garcia's last Roland Garros could be coming to an end very soon. First serve from Badosa, so good. Gets it there for Osaka to scoop up, gives Badosa time and space. Badosa goes inside out. Osaka goes right back at her. That ends up being the right choice, but it just goes long. Badosa probably wasn't clinical. Osaka gave her a bit of a let off there with that backhand cross court. Advantage Badosa. What a game in this deciding set we are seeing. What a game. Oh, about another band ball toss from Badosa. The nerves still settling in for the Spaniard. Delivers. Oh, missed it. Well long. Second serve. Still pretty nervy out on Philippe Chatrier. Second serve delivered. Backhand cross court from Osaka. And the backhand up the line hits the net from Badosa. We're still in this game. It's deuce. Agreed, Dave. Yes, Danimal will want that paycheck. Especially since the paychecks have got a lot more reduced since she won Charleston over a year ago. And she's 2 points away. Forehand winner from Badosa. Nice mid-court ball, literally mid-court, for her to put away, and it's advantage for Badosa. By the way, her boyfriend Tsitsipas has a break, but is having a tough service game with Echeverry at the moment. His match isn't quite done yet. First serve delivered. Forehand in play from Osaka. Backhand Badosa. The backhand of Osaka. Backhand cross court again. Pushes Osaka back, but it's long from Badosa. And we are back to deuce. It is now almost an 8-minute game. Where's the graphic that's just come up on the screen? Paula Badosa, advantage, 2-3. Try again. Delivers the first serve out wide. Backhand in play from Osaka. Great backhand cross court, which forces the error from Osaka. It's too good from Badosa, and she celebrates. She crunches into herself, and she is pumped and fired up. She's saying, "Let's go." She's saying she's saying something in Spanish to her coach, I think, but it's 3 games all between Paula Badosa and Naomi Osaka. This match is now on a knife edge. This is what we were seeing in set 1. It's great to see this come back to how it was in set 1. Osaka delivers the first serve. Now goes for the +1 forehand cross court. Badosa keeping it deep, pushing Osaka back. Now they're trading cross court forehands at the moment. Cross court it's up the line from Badosa. She tried to go for the hero moment, and it is wide. 15 love. Thanks for the update. So Jane has brought us an update. Danielle Collins is through. She beats Jodie Burridge 7-6, 6-4 after a little bit of a scare. I think Burridge gave her more of a test than I thought she was going to. I think it's a net positive for Jodie Burridge that she was able to do that. Oh, and yeah, ADF has just lost the third set. He actually had the opportunity to serve for the match. He was 2 points away from the match in the third. But of course, it's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, and they're still going with, and he can't win things straightforwardly, it appears, against Lamas Ruiz. Yeah, so he's lost the third set on a tie break. We're going to a fourth set in that match, and we are into a fourth set between Altmaier and Fritz, as Altmaier leads 2-1. Jacob Fernley is a set and a breakup on Stan Wawrinka and looking to consolidate that break. Karen Khachanov has just won the first set against Alexander Vukic. Francisco Cerundolo is serving to stay in the first set against Gabriel Diallo, by the way. Tomjanovic has got break-back points to get back even on terms in the second set with Maya Joint, having won the first set 6-1. We're at 15-all, by the way. I wonder if he got tight in that match, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, because he was at 30 love. He was serving at 5-4 in the third. I'll have to see how he copes with that. Great forehand up the line from Osaka, who now moves into position to go for the inside out. Backhand from Badosa right to the forehand of Osaka, goes cross court. Forehand again, Osaka up the line, just moving Badosa from side to side. Badosa just getting everything back. And Osaka nets. And I have to say that Badosa is doing so well to soak up all the pressure that Osaka is throwing at her. 15-30. And after holding on to a very tight service game that took well over 8 minutes, it's probably like 8 or 9 minutes, that last service game, Badosa is now trying to carve herself an opening to break the Osaka serve. She delivers the first serve. Backhand to the forehand of Badosa. Forehand up the line from Osaka. Oh! Has she made it? I think she's made it. Yeah, she made it. Looked like a winner to me, but there was almost stunned. The crowd was almost stunned by it, and it was a stunning winner, to be fair. 30-all. 3 games all. 30-all in this deciding set. Wow. First serve delivered by Naomi Osaka. Second serve, 30-all. Backhand in play. Backhand. But Osaka into the net. She tried to go for the inside out. Backhand going back behind Badosa. Puts it in the net. We have a break point for Badosa, and Osaka is visibly annoyed. She's snatching at the ball. She is visibly frustrated that she is in this situation, that she's missed that backhand. Well. What's going to happen here? 30-40. Crowd getting behind the players. 30-40. 3-all deciding set. Osaka delivers the first step up the tee. Comes in to take on the short ball with the forehand. Puts it in the corner. Badosa's there. And Osaka's going to have to play the backhand, which she just about made. No, she's missed it. She missed it. Like, it was right there. It was a really short ball. Osaka had the swing. She let it bounce. She attacked it. Puts it over the baseline. And it is 4-3 with the break. Badosa having been a breakdown in the set. What a set of tennis this has been. And Jake, you have joined just in time. Can Badosa hold on from here? 4-3. Always great to see you, Jake, by the way. Always brighten up a stream. All right, well, because Jake's here, I'll just give you an update on what's happening around the grounds. We have a set score. Gabriel Diallo has just taken the first set against Francisco Cerundolo 7-5. Here's another development. Daniel Altmaier is 2-1 and a break up on Taylor Fritz, 2-1 in the fourth. Runa has got break points to take a break lead in the second against Roberto Bautista Agut, but he did have a break advantage in the first set. Fernley leads for Wawrinka by a set and a break. Fourth set between Lamas Ruiz and Davidovich Fokina has just got underway. Lehechka potentially 2 points away against Thompson for taking the first set against him. We haven't really started the second set between Khachanov and Vukic yet. In the women's, obviously Danielle Collins has just won. I've just seen that update on my screen. Caroline Garcia is really fighting to stay on the gas at the moment. She's a set the break down against Bernarda Pera, and it's 2 games all in juice in the second set between Tomljanovic and Joint. Tomljanovic won the first set 6-1. You are up to date. Forehand up the line from Osaka to the backhand, scooped up and just in from Badosa, who's just getting everything back. And Osaka hits a forehand cross-court winner. Love 15. She is not going anywhere. She is going to keep going max attack because she knows that it can work against Badosa. But Badosa is soaking everything up so well. Dave, thank you for your kind words. I don't know. I think you're just being really nice. First serve into the net from Badosa. Second serve coming up. What a match we've picked today, people. Delivers the second serve. Backhand in play from Osaka. Backhand to the backhand of Osaka. Still trading backhands at the minute cross court. Osaka's going to try and change direction up the line. Puts it in the net. 15-all. And yeah, it's that change up. And the thing is for Osaka, when she's making the change up, it's either going out or in the net and it's not working, or it's a game changer. Badosa delivers the first serve out wide. That's a great serve right at her feet. Great return right at her feet from Osaka. And it's 15-30. And Badosa is frustrated that she couldn't pick that one up and guide it into court. 15-30. She's stressed. She wants to maintain this advantage, this break that she's earned in that marathon previous game. Backhand up the line from Badosa. Forehand short from Osaka. Drop shot from Badosa. That's the first real drop shot we've seen today. Osaka slipped over. She's on her knees and she's checking her hands. I think she's scraped her hands a bit. 30-all. But what a drop shot from Badosa. I think Osaka's cut herself. She's going over to the umpire. I don't know if she's cut herself or she's... No, she's throwing the racket away. She needs to have some treatment on her hand. She's getting something from the cool box at the moment. Oh, okay. I think she's just trying to pour some water on it because she's had the cold water on it because, yeah, she's got clay on it. Let's have a look at this again. Yes, a fantastic drop shot from Badosa. Completely caught Osaka out. And as she tries to sort of push forward, she's down and just puts her hands down to kind of catch herself. No, she didn't step on a line. She's behind the baseline when it happened. But she's back behind the baseline now, ready to receive the Badosa serve. 30-all. Bit of a disruption there. Let's see how the players deal with that. First serve up the tee. Ace from Badosa. Not phased at all. 40-30. This is a position that she wants to be in right now. That's her second ace of the match. First serve into the net from Badosa, though. Second serve to try and close this game out. And take a 5-3 lead in this decider. Be so close to the finish line. Backhand up the line is way long from Badosa. And she's frustrated that went horribly wrong. The +1 backhand, long, deuce. Big moments. Once again, these games are all just so close between these two. First serve delivered from Badosa, then scoops up the forehand. Osaka's there because that was too slow. Now Osaka goes up the line with her backhand. Badosa's going to run it down, scoop it back into play. Osaka's going to run around and hit the forehand back behind Badosa onto the forehand. Now she goes up the line with that. Backhand cross court, Badosa, short. Forehand. Oh! Was that in? No. Osaka looks disappointed. It was not. It was just out. She was trying to put her forehand right in the corner. Missed it. And it's advantage Badosa. And the count's saying that Osaka's made 52 unforced errors compared to Badosa's 25. And I get the sense that like she just feels like she has to go the extra mile to try and hit through Badosa because she's being a complete nightmare to hit through. Badosa delivers the first serve. Forehand, cross court on the +1. Osaka's scrambling for it. I've got a backhand up the line to Osaka, who goes cross court on her forehand, really accelerates through it. Badosa somehow gets it back in play. Goes back behind Osaka on the cross court. It's going to loop up, just lands in. Forehand cross court again from Osaka. Badosa's dropping so far back behind the baseline. Up the line from Osaka. Cross court in the middle from Badosa. It's going side to side. Osaka still can't hit through it. Badosa's getting everything back. Forehand cross court from Osaka. And Badosa tries to steer it up the line and can't. It's in the tram lines and she's doubled over. Breathing heavily. Clearly frustrated. She could not close out the game. We're back to deuce. That took a lot out of Badosa at that point. That took a lot out of Badosa. And everyone's settling down, getting ready for this next point. What a rally that was. What a rally. Deuce. Badosa first 7 to the net, second serve. Not ideal for the Spaniard at all. Badosa, double faults. Second serve is well long. Advantage Osaka to get back on serve. For 4 games all. Huge moments out here on Philippe Chatrier. First serve delivered by Badosa. I've got a first serve cross court from Badosa. Backhand up the line from Badosa. Scrambled back in play from Osaka. Backhand cross court. Osaka's going to go back to the Badosa backhand, who just finds the court, forces the error from Osaka. It was just inside the line. Osaka's sliding forehand ended up in the net, and we're back at deuce. And Osaka looks very frustrated that she could not convert that break point. Yeah, the contact was just not what she needed. It didn't. It just sort of went forward. It didn't go up and over. She's definitely frustrated. Where are we at with the other matches? I'm just taking a look. Might have some other updates to bring you in a moment. Haven't done a results rundown for a bit. Might do that for Jake's benefit if he's not sure what's happened. Deuce, second serve from Badosa. Osaka goes on the attack. Backhand deep from Badosa. And it draws the arrow from Osaka, who goes long over the baseline with her backhand. It's a game point for Badosa. We are in to the tough moments here. We are into the tight moments here. 7.5. It's another 8-minute game on the Badosa serve. This is such a battle. First serve, up the tee, missed. Second serve incoming from Paula Badosa. It wasn't out by much. Delivers the second serve out wide. Backhand up the line, winner for Osaka. That was beautiful. Deuce just beautifully struck. Sees it. Gets it on the backhand, over the high part of the net. Winner. Didn't need to be deep. Just needed to be good. Another deuce. And the first serve is wide. Trying to get up the tee from Badosa. Pressure getting to the serving Spaniard. Second serve, short. Backhand from Osaka to the backhand cross court of Badosa. Backhand up the line. Oh, Osaka puts it in the net. And she's frustrated that one didn't quite work out. She didn't quite pick it up and over the high part of the net. As advantage Badosa. Can she close out the game this time? Unbelievable stuff from Paula Badosa and Naomi Osaka, both of them today. Oh, we're definitely close to a result in the other half of Badosa. But here we go. Huge serve up the tee. Osaka finds the court on the return. Backhand cross court to the backhand of Badosa cross court. Here we go. Oh, and Osaka drags her cross court wide. It is 5-3 Badosa. Osaka will be serving to stay in the match. at 3-5 in the deciding set, in the third set. And by the way, Stefanos Tsitsipas is serving at 5-4 in the third set of his match to win in straight sets against Tomas Echeverry. Indeed, yes, a very unhappy looking Pokemon. Clearly, someone needs to feed her. No, actually, that could be interpreted as meaning something else. That was a Pokemon reference. Don't read too much into it. Backhand cross court from Osaka, so good. Because she's hungry for this win. She wants to win this match. $15 First serve from Osaka. Backhand again on the +1. She's at the net defending. Oh, that's another brilliant swing volley on the backhand. Double-handed, $30. She's here to put as much pressure on Badosa to serve this out as possible. She's not backing down. She's not going anywhere. She is fighting to the last point as Naomi Osaka. And that's another unreturnable serve. $40 for the former world number 1, 4-time Grand Slam champion and legend of Roland Garros after her match with Swiatek last year. First serve is long. The wind must have picked up a bit on that point. You could see that ruffling the sort of light pink dress that she's wearing. Second serve. Backhand. Oh, it's a great backhand return from Badosa. He's going to come in and put away the swing volley. No, she's not. Osaka got a racket on it, but still put it in the net. 40-15, point to Badosa. But that was a great return for Badosa, setting up that whole sequence. We have a match point for Stefanos Tsitsipas against Tomas Echeverry. By far, Osaka Badosa was the best choice of match. First serve wide from Osaka. Backhand inside out from Badosa. Backhand up the line. Long. Osaka holds. 5-4 for Badosa. Osaka forcing Badosa to serve this out, and judging by how nervy she's been on a couple of these service games, no guarantees. I don't think this match is over. If it is, it's going to be a fight as Osaka starts pouring water on her hands. Tsitsipas gets the match. He beats Tomas Echeverry 7-5, 6-3, 6-4. Did not end up being that much of a threat to Stefanos Tsitsipas. We might be going 5 between the two Spaniards. Not good news for Jane is Davidovich Fokina is a breakdown 3-1 in the fourth. Lamas Ruiz trying to take it to a fifth. Daniel Altmaier, here's a twist, double break up on Taylor Fritz in the fourth. Fritz looks like he's about to crash out the French Open first round. That loss of form really, really clear. Holger Rune and Roberto Bautista Agut still battling hard. Jacob Furley has just won the second set against Stan Wawrinka. He leads the former Roland Garros champion, the champion from 10 years ago, by 2 sets to love. It's going with serve in the second set between Hutchinson and Vukic. Lehechka and Thompson going with serve in their second set. Same with Sorrento Diallo. Sebastian Offner and Jan Ledstrup have just got underway in their match. We've also got Bernarda Pera. Well, Karen Garcia is actually serving to stay in her last Roland Garros. 3-5 in the second set. And Aya Tomjanovic has got the break ahead of for Maya Joint, who is serving to stay in her in that match between the two Australians. Tomjanovic looking to reverse the result of the Rabat semi-final and knock the champion out of Roland Garros. 15-love for Badosa. This is the match we're paying attention to. We'll pay attention to other results in a minute. Delivers the first serve. Oh, that's a brilliant ace. 30-love. If she's under pressure, she's handling it well as Badosa. 2 points away from winning the tie of the first round. First serve. Inside out backhand. Return from Osaka is out. It is 40-love, and Paula Badosa has 3 match points to finish this off. To finish off what has been a real battle on Philippe Chatrier. What a match so far. Badosa puts the first serve into the net. Second serve. Backhand in play from Osaka is short. The backhand up the line for Badosa is so good. Osaka gets to it. She's got time on the forehand, which she puts away for a winner. And Paula Badosa is into round 2 of Roland Garros, coming through an absolute epic between her and Naomi Osaka. 6-7, 6-1, 6-4. What a result for the Spaniard, coming back from this back injury. Quarterfinals in Strasbourg, second round of Roland Garros. And I have a question for you, chat. It may just be Dave that answers, but I'm interested to hear from anyone who wants to say their thoughts on this. Is Paula Badosa Mira Andreeva's biggest threat in this section? They could meet in the 4th round. Is she the person who could potentially stop Andreeva from making the semi-finals? Or is the form or the fitness not quite there? Certainly based on this match, you have to be optimistic. Osaka walking off court, not to be at this Roland Garros. Badosa too good today, and the 10th seed is still in the tournament, and it is not going to be a double upset for top 10 players, at least not so far on the women's tour. I am referring, of course, to Emma Navarro crashing out against Jessica Pérez-Monero 6-love, 6-1 at the beginning of the day. Yes, Dave, I did pick Osaka as well. I thought, but it was literally based on fitness, and Badosa proved us wrong there. She was too good. She soaked up everything Osaka threw at her and waited for the errors. But it was clearly a tough match, a real battle, and a great treat for the Philippe Chatrier crowd. So there we go. Paula Badosa is through. And I don't know if we know who she's playing yet. Don't think we've got a result in that yet. Let me check. Yeah, Dave, you're worried that Badosa only has 2 or 3 matches before her body gives. Maybe. I guess we'll have to see. It might also depend on what kind of matches she gets coming up. I think that's going to make a big difference. 2.5 hours on stream, not bad, eh? Right, let's have a look and see who we've got. So, Badosa is playing. Oh, we don't know yet. It's either going to be Elena Gabriela Roos or McCartney Kastler, but they haven't started yet. But what a match. What a match. It was so many great rallies, both really going for it. Felt 50-50 in pretty much every point. And at the end of the day, Badosa steered things in her direction. Maybe that dip in the second set was critical, like really cost Osaka. I also think Badosa saving break points at the start of the second made a big difference. But overall, yeah, it did look like Badosa was the slightly better player today. Just had a little bit more, could absorb things a bit better. When she got a rhythm going, she was able to maintain it a bit longer. And that ended up making all the difference in this match. Other results, I think let's just do the other results from the day. So I've mentioned possession there, knocking out Aaron Navarro. Emma Raducanu got through in 3 sets against Wang Jinyu. Obviously, you would have known that if you followed Eddie's stream earlier. Yulia Starodubtseva is through in 3 against Tamara Korpach. Elena Rybakina got through in 3 against Julia Riera. Veronika Kudermetova is through in straight sets against Victoria Tomova. Iga Swiatek through in straight sets against Rebecca Shramkova. Robin Montgomery easily through against Diane Parry. Even more easily win for Jacqueline Christian against Kimberly Birrell. Danielle Collins is also through in straight sets. Bernarda Pera is currently serving for the match against Caroline Garcia. And Ayla Tomjanovic actually has match point against Maya Joint. So let's see if she can get that. And then I'll move on to the men's results. But it is currently match point there. So I'm interested to see how that one goes. Yeah, Dave, hope your tennis match goes well, mate. Good fun here. And I think that might be a good opportunity to wind things up. I don't think they've got the Streamlight one, which is disappointing. But well, here we go. Yeah, Tomjanovic joint. No, joint has saved the match point, and Garcia is trying to break back in this match against Pera and extend her Roland Garros career. So we'll see how that one goes. But I also want to wrap up the men's results. Obviously, tune in for last ball drops. I'm just going to give you the results, but we'll get a full breakdown of results from today's Roland Garros with Fergus and Carson, and they'll be doing last ball drops tonight. And that, if you don't know what that is our wrap-up show where we go through all the results that happened throughout the day. But at this point, halfway through Roland Garros Day 2, Casper Ruud got through in straight sets. Tabio beat Kazoo in 5 sets. Gaston beat Blanchet in 5 sets. Popyrin got through by retirement against Nishioka. Kecmanovic came back from 2 sets to love down to beat Sebastian Baez. Alcaraz easily threw in straight sets against Seppieri. Tsitsipas also straight sets win against Thomas Martin Etcheverry. And breaking news, Daniel Altmaier has beaten Taylor Fritz in 4 sets, 7-5, 3-6, 6-3, 6-1. Taylor Fritz is out. Not a huge shock, but he is the biggest seed to exit the draw so far. And once again, highlighting how open that section of the draw is. But yes, Taylor Fritz is out. That is the other bit of breaking news, as is Naomi Osaka losing to the 10th seed, Paula Badosa. Lots of matches to kind of keep up with at this point in the day, but I think we will wrap up the stream there. Not sure if we have any other streams for you on Talking Tennis. I'm going to confirm that for you now. No, I think the next stream that we have for you is happening once the Sinner match is complete tonight. Here's some breaking news. Aya Tomjanovic has just beaten Maya Joint 6-1, 6-3. Literally just seen that happen. And Bernarda Pera has match point against Caroline Garcia, actually. So let's follow that, because this could be the last point of Caroline Garcia's Roland Garros career. She's actually standing pretty far back, which is unusual for Caroline Garcia, because she's usually really aggressive on her forehand, on her return position. Backhand from Caroline Garcia to the forehand of Pera cross court. Backhand Garcia, forehand Pera right up the middle of the court. Garcia just over the net with a backhand. Now she's teeing up for a forehand up the line. Forces the error from Pera. Garcia is still in Roland Garros for now. Go and find that out. Yeah, great result for her. Yeah, Jake, was that a reaction to Tomjanovic or was that a reaction to Badosa winning? It was quite the win for Badosa. Really, really good match there. Jake, Garcia's not specified which tournament she's playing last. We know it's not Roland Garros. She did say that she had a few more in her. She's forced another error, actually, from Pera. So actually, I think she might still be going at this rate. Tomjanovic is through, as we've just said. Daria Kasatkina and Katerina Siniakova are warming up. In terms of other results, Fokina has actually broken back in the 4th set against Lamash Ruiz, so hoping not to go 5 in that match. Ace from Pera. Holger Rune has just leveled up the match with Vartista Good. It's a set all, going very, very early days. They're only in the first service game for Vartista Good of the 3rd set. Fernley is 2 sets and a break up on Wawrinka, but it seems very tentative. Set and a break lead for Karol Khachanov against Alexander Vukic. Set and a break lead for Hiri Lehechka against Jordan Thompson. So he actually won the set, broke back against Thompson. Cerundo's up a break in the 2nd set against Diallo. Diallo won the 1st set and might have breakback point here, actually. And Offner and Struff are 3-2 with serve for Offner. Let's have a look, see what happens with Caroline Garcia here. She's got time on her forehand, loops it. Here we go again. Cross court long. She taps her head with her racket. She's frustrated, but she's looking locked in. She's clearly not thinking about the fact that this could be her last Roland Garros. We're doing a little bit of bonus match for you here, but I thought this would be a significant moment in tennis to talk us through what could be the last moments of Caroline Garcia at Roland Garros as she holds up her hand. She's not ready, but now she is. forehand in play off the return. Now she tees up for another inside-out forehand. Find up the line for Pera. Is a winner. Pera wins the first round match. Caroline Garcia has played her last ever Roland Garros match and loses 6-4, 6-4. There's a embrace at the net. Garcia is obviously well liked amongst the players. And Caroline Garcia is now done at Roland Garros. She's got more in her career, obviously. She is going to be playing, I think she's going to be playing Wimbledon. That's, I think she wants to do the last sort of contingent of slams before sort of moving on. I'm just having a look and seeing where she is. She's on court Suzanne Longlen. I don't know if they're going to do any kind of ceremony for her or not. She has been the top French player for a while. I guess it depends on how well like she is. She's just packing her stuff up, so maybe she is about to walk off. She's getting TV cameras stuck in her face. Yeah, agree, Jake. Garcia's journey at the French is compelling, but I guess she's never been that much of a clay courter, so that's been her big problem. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any kind of is that Elise Cornet? Yeah, I think they're going to be doing some kind of farewell ceremony for her, so I'll probably go and check that out. But wanted to give one final salute to Caroline Garcia, which is not what we were here for in the first place. We were here to talk about Paula Badosa against Naomi Osaka, which has finished with Badosa winning 6-7, 6-1, 6-4, and is through into the next round. We don't know who she's playing yet. Cornet is currently interviewing Bernardo Pera, so clearly semi-retired. Badosa through, really, really good match. Really, the two players really took it to each other. They were both just moving each other around the court, really giving each other as much as they could with their ground strokes. And in the end, it was Badosa who was just that bit more steadfast. That's the summary of the match. And I think that just about wraps it up. Tune in for Last Ball Drops, which will start at about 10 o'clock GMT, which will be 5 p.m. ET, maybe 6 p.m. ET. No, I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Depending on, of course, how quickly Yannick Sinner wraps up his match with Artur Runderknecht. Keep an eye on that. But yeah, that's it. We're all done. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to Dave and Jane and Nerlan and Jake and everyone else for keeping me company here. We've got a John cameo at some point right at the start of the stream as well. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you soon. In the meantime, take care and keep talking tennis.